Okay, we're live.
Are we live?
Hey,
We are live.
everyone.
I just got
Hey,
to
hey,
say, are we live at the beginning of every live?
we are
Uh,
live.
Yeah,
Other
you're like,
people are live too, from what I hear.
I hear that
Yeah.
they are. They are.
Well, I'll be the first to say that after everything that went down in the group today, you know what? When I'm angry and I'm pissed, I speak before I think. And yes, some of the things that I say are wrong. I'll be the first one to admit it. But I spoke to Alexis and to Lindsay today, and privately both. And Lindsay gave me a chance to go on their platform and I guess hash it out. And you know what? I agreed to it, and it's not worth it because anything that I will say, they're they're just gonna shut it down. They're not. She's gonna find something to negate anything that I have to say. And what's said about this entire situation is from the beginning, Alexis, if you did not jump on the Justice for Alexis bandwagon and immediately leave CS group or stop supporting CS altogether or even question her, you were automatically deemed an enemy. So it really doesn't matter what any of us have to say or even try to bring to her attention. I was trying to speak reasonably with her today. I really was. I apologized. I made a stupid remark last week, and I owned up to it, and I apologized. The West Virginia remark, it was stupid. I never meant it like I was gonna go there and hurt anybody. Listen, that's not how it was meant. Okay, and she knows that about me, and I apologized about it today. But it doesn't matter because she will find a reason to, just turn any conversation into, you know, into however she wants to spin it at the time she's feeling. And a lot of the things that she had to say are just wrong. They're the mistruth. It's not. I don't think that she's lying. I think that she honestly believes everything that she says. I really do. I think she believes in herself. Um, and she doesn't want to see anybody's way. Okay, she doesn't want to see anyone else's way. She doesn't want to see, know what we feel. God forbid you question her. God forbid. God forbid you ask a question. She immediately attacked me the other day on YouTube. Now, I'd like to say that I think, like, anybody who is getting involved in anyone's marriage, first of all, take a step back and look in the mirror. Because why would you, number one, ever do that? I don't feel like any of them who got involved and did something like that, they don't know me well enough to ever even step up into my marriage and send my husband a message of a rumor that you heard that isn't, that you have no proof of, okay? Just because a Silvis or somebody told you that something went down at the night of my tour, it's not true. It's not true. My husband was with me the entire time. So if you want to go
And
blast on YouTube, go ahead.
let me say this before people get carried away with this. Just because people guest act in a show does not make them a Silvis. Okay? Everybody that was at that Firecracker tour or any other tour, just because they guest acted, that don't mean they're a Silvis family member. They may have made up their own little names. Like nobody like there's core members of the Silvis family that still are core members, and those are
Right.
the Silvis people,
Absolutely. Well,
minus one.
I asked who it was, and she won't tell. That's fine. But I just find it weird that she's against CS and trying to shut them down. But you're talking to a Silvis, or so she's saying she is. So whatever, fine. But whoever it is, whoever her intel is, it's wrong. So what? So I I just think it was wrong that whatever they have a hard on for me this week. I guess it's just how it feels. You know, they went after my husband. They're they said that Lindsay said that he attacked her kids. That he never attacked a child.
Here, can I say
You know.
something?
Yeah.
So I know exactly what happened because I know how Lindsay works. Okay. Lindsay said, because Lindsay being her smart ass self that has to push little jabs in at people and make little subtle insinuations, said, oh, did your wife get the discount on her tour? You know?
Right.
And so Tommy said, said something about something, you know, made some smart ass remark back and said, don't you have some kids to pay attention to? And then
Right.
said, oh, wait. It was just a
Right.
subtle jab back at her, just like
Right.
she made a jab, but it didn't say anything. Does he even know if she has kids? I mean,
No, I didn't even know she had kids.
yeah.
So,
So it was, but then Lindsay being Lindsay with all her self righteousness, that people cannot do to Lindsay what she does to them. They can't. If she gets anything back, she's like, she screams and then she's like, people defend me. Did you see that? Did you see that? I mean, she plays the victim so well. And just like
I guess
Angela,
that's why they're best friends.
it's just what she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's scary though, because God forbid you say anything that goes against what they stand for, you're automatically the bad guy. You're in their target. And it's, how many times has Alexis brought up my name in the last 3 months? Courtesy of Nicole O. Like, come on, that shit, that was uncalled for. And you know what? I did not go out and do the same. Like, I could have outed a whole bunch of stuff, but I didn't. And did we lose Holly? Is Holly still? Can you guys hear me? I think I have to go out.
no, it was me. I'm a fucking retard. Sorry.
Am I good?
I can hear you. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. I think I lost you guys for a few minutes. I don't know. For a couple of seconds. I don't. I lost you guys for a couple of seconds. I don't know where.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Is JM there?
I don't know. I don't think.
Okay.
Oh, he is there.
Yeah, he's watching that other interesting thing, which is
Oh, it's okay. I kind of wish I was watching that too, but whatever.
Back and forth.
Well, it's not going to be very, very friendly. I don't think
No,
over
I
there.
know that. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I don't have to sit here and try to one up her. Like, it's just I don't have to sit. But I'm coming on here to set it straight that whatever she's blasting on YouTube or sending in my husband's DMs and God knows whoever else's DMs, like,
right.
That type of information, like, that could have gone either one of two ways. Okay, he could have believed it, and God forbid, and I don't know. I just, like, they have no idea who he is and, like, what our relationship could be about. Like, why would you ever go up into someone's relationship and then say something that you don't have complete proof of?
Exactly.
Because there is none,
I've said this before many times. Yeah. Sorry.
It's just no, it's okay. It's just it's wrong. It's wrong. And you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care what they put out my DMs or what I've said earlier to them. Whatever. I thought I was being. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not saying that some of the things that I've said and my husband has said were in the right. Like, there was something I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. Like, that was messed up. But like, it gets to a point where it's like people's lives are getting messed with here at this point. People are obviously, certain people who aren't completely mentally stable. Like, you can say things and do things even though it's online, and it could really be detrimental to some people's lives, like real lives. And I don't think that they understand that. I don't. I really don't. I tried to be reasonable today after some of the things I said in the group. Yeah, but I told them, I said, you know what? I was pissed. You guys pissed me off. And, you know, I speak before I think sometimes. So, you know, there it is. And she told me that I better bring my proof and my receipts. I said, I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to show anything. And she said, I better. I'm like, I've never told any lies to anyone in these groups. I've always been upfront. I've always been truthful. Okay. And
what was she going to do if you didn't?
exactly,
Is she being a bully? I mean, isn't that kind of being...
Exactly. Well, I said nothing, Alexis. I said you are a bully, and your sister is a bully.
For sure.
And yeah, absolutely. Like everybody knows that. Like that's not even a secret. So, and she's still sitting there telling me I'm not a bully. How dare you call me a bully? Because you are, Alexis. You are a bully. You are. And you know what? I try to be reasonable, and I tried speaking to you, and you need to stop, please. And but it's just, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. So it's like, it's just the end of the road. It's done. The story, you've told it. You've told it. Okay, you either had, there's some people who are out there and believe you, and that's great. I think I've been honest. I said, I think if there were some things during that tour that maybe were a little out of hand. Okay, like I never told her that I didn't think that. But at the same time, you cannot sit there, talk shit, and then sign up for it when you know exactly what it's for. You know exactly what it's about. You know exactly that they get personal. That's what it is, you know. And she has told me, I have proof of it, that she said they better go 100 times harder. And that's the only way that I'm going to quit. And I hope they go, 10 times harder on me. It's like, whatever. Like, she just can't. She contradicts herself, and she turns. Go ahead.
It comes down to one simple thing, and this is it is partly CS's fault, is that they let the drama get out of hand before the tour, like with all the involvement of the fans and all the involvement of all the lives happening and people coming on to the lives. And I mean, Alexis would come on to some of the other lives. There was drama happening, and
right.
And if that drama had not happened, I mean, the emotion, the mental part of it for her, she really got mind fucked, which was psychologically they went 10 times harder. But I believe if that wouldn't have happened, if she would have just done her tour, and if she would have finished in the 4 hours, and there was I believe there was kind of a mean girl aspect afterwards.
I think so. Yeah, sure. I'm sure there was,
because of all the drama beforehand, right? Because there was all that drama. Yeah. So if she would have went the whole 4 hours, been treated like a queen, and been treated well in her estimation at the barbecue, we would not be here. We wouldn't be here. And that's all it is. It's nothing else, because if she really was assaulted, she would have shut up by now. She would have had legal defense. She would have a legal representation. She would be quiet. She'd be suing them. And it didn't happen.
Listen, I know it has nothing to do with CS. She was able to take that shit. All right. That was revenge for Alyssa and Taryn. This is what that is all about. She is pissed off that they got one over on her. They were part of the tour. She felt like she was that people weren't loyal to her, and they got the wrath. They've seen her wrath, and listen, like I really have no relevance in the whole CS and her tour aspect.
Holly,
but you didn't stand out against CS. That's where
she didn't.
Wrong.
That's where she made a mistake.
Right. I still don't. I'm going back. Like, I still don't sit. Like, I know what they are about. Everybody knows that they are personal. That they go into your personal life. That is known.
Right.
She knew that.
I don't know who that is, Pink.
What were you gonna say, Jam?
I got somebody that wants to come on and apologize to you and Foz.
Okay. All right. Maybe I should tell Foz to watch.
Ooh.
Yeah, it would be worth it to see this one, because this one's been This one's been a big one. I know you're probably thumbing through your mind. Who could it be? Who could it be?
Aw.
I don't know who that J Money is. I've seen that name
That's
somewhere.
Josh Self.
He's been in your.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. Will I put this person through their paces? Because I will make people apologize to me.
This one probably will. Yeah. And like I don't know what's going on as far as like Courtney being on there. I don't want in that. I have no part of that.
Have you been
All
able to listen to any of it?
Yeah, it's something to do with Brad and Michael. And I was hoping Michael would jump on, but he said some stuff's getting messed up. They're already twisting stuff on that live, so he may have to jump on there.
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea, but
I hope. I mean, what can you do? You know, I hope he don't, because I think it's just going to be twisted.
yeah.
There's 4 of them
Agreed.
and 1 of him. Well, I'm not saying
God,
Courtney's against him, but you know, there's just too much twisting.
I don't. You mean like Courtney Lowe? Our Courtney?
No.
Oh.
Something else. Courtney,
Gotcha. Okay.
one of the Silvis members' wives.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well,
I know who you're talking about.
Message. Sent you the link if you're coming.
You sent it to Michael.
Oh,
well, you know, and I was really kind of torn because after I said that I would go on that live, I have an issue too. Like, I don't want to look like a coward. Like, now I'm not going on, but like, honestly, that's not even it. Like, I don't have a problem going and facing her. Like, I really don't. There is no problem. But that's exactly what they're going to say. They're going to say that I'm afraid and whatever. I'm afraid of what they can expose. There's nothing on me for them to expose. Like, I've exposed every dirty detail about myself. Right? So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, I know Lindsay has it out for Tommy because of that statement
Right.
and everything. And there will be, unless Tommy were to go directly to her and apologize to her, there will be no letting up. I promise you.
Well,
going on there would they would just try to tear you apart.
Yeah. He's saying he's not going to apologize, but here's the thing. Like, I will sometimes, like, it's known, like, I'll go and I'll be like, oh, stop, Tom, you know, like, shush, you know, and like, I'll shut him up sometimes. But like, he's a grown man. Like, I can't stop what he's going to say. And, you know, but like, she knew how to press his buttons. She knew what to say to piss him off. And she said it. And I mean, he did the same. So like, whatever. But I'll say this, that when I did talk to her, because I can sometimes be reasonable, you know what I mean? And especially if I'm going to go on a live, I don't want us to make us all look like a bunch of catty bitches sitting there, you know what I mean? Like, just yelling at one another. Like, that's, even though as entertaining as that may be. You know, and, you know, she was like, listen, I was like, I'm not going to go on there if I'm going to be bullied, if I'm not going to have a chance to talk, or, you know, just like, I'm not going to do that. And she was like, no, she's like, she said, I can be a turd sometimes. She's like, but, you know, she goes, when I'll try to be fair, you know, and like, if you want to say your part, then, you know, and like, I kind of felt a little bit of genuinity from her when she was saying that. I mean, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if maybe she was pulling my leg. I don't know. I don't know her. So, you know, I can only go upon like how I felt. But like, I have, like, the lives that I've had listened to, I felt like she might have been, I felt like she was somewhat fair, you know, and like asked everyone's questions, and, you know, so like I was thinking, all right, maybe like this would be a good thing, but I spoke to her. There's just no reasoning with her. And I said, there's going to be no point in me going on that live if you are still pinning me as an enemy, like I'm not gonna have you sit and make rumors and spread rumors on YouTube and and then send them and then go as far as sending them to my husband. Like I'm not allowing that. I'm not allowing it. I've always stood up for myself. And I've even though I've said my jabs like she has, but I've never publicly came forward and outed her in any way. I haven't. So like, if anybody wants to call me out, and then go ahead and show me the receipts where I've literally publicly went on a live and, you know, other than commenting, because whatever, like we all watch, we're all, guilty of commenting and whatever. So it's, she knows that I wouldn't say anything that I wouldn't say to her face. And that's just the reality of it. And, and I'm sure they're right now saying, oh, she's not coming on. She got scared. Whatever. I'm not scared. All I'm saying is it's not right to be going up into people's relationships and then telling them lies, complete and utter lies, when she knows that it's a lie because she knows I've told her about it. So I think that's wrong. Okay. It's
Yeah.
wrong. And all I did was ask on a comment on their YouTube video between her and Teller, because like she's trying to take jabs about Teller, like by hurting me. I'm like, that's hurting me. I'm like, that's not like, how is that hurting me? And I was like, not to mention, like, weren't you the one up on his live the other day? And, so whatever.
All right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
What
So
up, Dan?
What's up? How's everybody doing?
hello.
To go inside. What's up?
Nothing.
How are you, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, no
Where have you been
kidding.
at?
I've been
What
kind of a
rock have you been
stranger.
hiding under?
What?
What rock have you been hiding under?
A lot of them. I find one rock and someone hides me, and then I find another one. So.
I was going to say
No,
hold on just a second, Dan. I was going to say to you, Nicole, I
Yes.
agree. Like, even without lies, even just
Mhm.
stay the fuck out of other people's relationships. I mean, just don't. I don't care if they have proof. I don't care if they have proof, like video
Mhm.
footage of you in Rich's place or him with you or whatever. It's none of their fucking business. And you don't know what is going on in that relationship, what those two people have agreed to, what they don't agree to. You don't know if there's some kind of discourse going, or like some kind of
Yeah.
real struggles going on that could cause some real physical problems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
That's
don't
what I
know.
meant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have no idea. And even if you can say, I know those people. I know those people. I know that that's not happening in their marriage. You don't know. You don't.
Mm-mm.
Because unless you're in that marriage, you don't.
Right. And I just think that it was a level that she stooped at. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I can't even get the words out. Like, I'm not like flustered about it right now. But I just want to, before, like, I know that you guys have a couple things to say, but before we get off the subject, really, I just want to say that my husband was with me the entire time that I was in Tennessee. Okay, and obviously the people who've watched know that, and the only time that I was alone with Rich was from my tour back to the hotel. I was full of mud. I was decompressing right after my tour. He was with me at Rich's the next day, the entire time. So whatever, like, I'm just putting that out there because, and thank God that that's the case, because, Tom laughed at it. He was like, that's ridiculous. I was with you the entire time. So like, it just goes to show a new level they will stoop to just to disregard someone.
Well, I think that they are trying to, I think Rich is talking to people and making shit up, for one. Or
But what she's
somebody
saying is
is talking.
that he made a pass at me, which isn't true, but that nothing had happened. Like that's what I had gotten from, because they sent me a screenshot. Of course, it didn't. They didn't tell me who it was from. It was just a screenshot. It could have been between herself and herself,
Right.
but um,
Which is very, very possible.
it is possible. But
That's so bad.
it. But I mean, I would. Would you really be surprised? But
I
like,
wouldn't be surprised.
so I was like,
We have seen it. We've seen it happen.
so Tommy says hi, everybody.
I don't even know you guys. Like, seriously, I've seen your name and I've seen you comment around, but I didn't even know. I don't want to say the word relevant because I hate that word, Dan.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. No,
But
I know what you mean.
but I didn't even know. I didn't know who you were because I don't think you were active in Revisited, and I wasn't allowed in any.
No, I wasn't.
So I didn't even know until Alexa started saying your name. So I mean, there goes that.
Thank you. And that's my point, because like she was like, "Oh, keep my name out of your nasty, trashy snake mouth," which is funny. Like she's calling me a snake, but okay.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna talk shit, I'm talking it. Sorry. And and I said, first of all, I just asked you a question and you immediately attacked me. Okay. And I said, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But she can go around and she can say whatever she wants about anybody, okay? And then push the subject, push the topic. Like every time like she is allowed in a chat or a live, like she's like, she's pushing her narrative. And it's like, we're not even talking about that girl, please.
Yeah.
And
As long as you don't ask questions, you're good.
right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. And God forbid if you ask a question, you're automatically the enemy. So, sorry, Jay.
No, it's cool. I have to say something though, Nicole. Like I keep that video that you posted in the car with your husband.
Oh yeah.
I keep it when I scroll. I keep seeing it, and it cracked me up. It cracked me up so much, and that it will play on a loop too.
Yes, it did. I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't even mean to do that. So that's nothing. I'll start posting them more. You have no idea.
Do it. Do you guys have a TikTok we can follow?
No. Well,
you should have a TikTok.
I only went and made a TikTok when I went for my tour, and then they put me that video, Amy's, the hotel manager's video, got like 60,000 likes. 60,000 views, because they thought that I was a biker on my, like they would take me for my last ride. So which is terrible. I got to laugh about it, but like, that shit got 60,000 likes. So
that's pretty cool.
It was cool. I mean, it was.
It wasn't us.
But like,
You're making fun of me.
Of you. Oh, they're making fun of you. Oh.
You were making fun of me.
I was.
All right,
sorry.
Dan, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
I was just letting everyone, dude, because I kind of just jumped in the middle, and it's just like a random, kind of like a splurge, I guess. Like just kind of like just came over my mind. It's like I just need to get it over with, and it's been something that's been kind of eating at me for months now. And I know it's caused a lot of tension between a lot of people. I mean, to be honest with you, it really has, including myself. And I've had some real life repercussions because of, stuff that I've done in the past. And, I'm not what they call quote unquote relevant, I guess, on what's going on anymore with like, everything. I've really fallen off the foothill of what the hell is even going on with anything today. Like, Jonathan will hit me up every once in a while, like, holy shit, I can't believe what's going on. And I'm like, dude, I turn my back for 2 seconds and it's a fucking mountain of fucking shit, you know. And it really is. It's every time I turn my back, there's a mountain of shit. But I've been holding my own fucking mountain of shit, you know, on my back. And I wanted to apologize to Holly, and I wanted to apologize to Mr. Foz or Zach Rovner or whoever he may be in real life. I did want to apologize to you because I had posted something in your group, your closed group, and you know, a lot of what I said back when I said it, when I did that video, it was a live, and I just went off. I mean, it's all over YouTube now, but it's okay. It
It's
is
on
what it
Reddit
is.
too.
There you go. Yeah, I
Is
mean,
it on
I'm sure it's all over the internet. It's not a, you know, I don't really care. I have no self shame, and I very seldomly apologize for even when I fuck up. You know, I really don't even apologize when I fuck up, but for some reason this has been kind of weighing on my shoulders, and I feel like I need to apologize because I made a lot of false accusations because I felt like my friends at, you know, at the time and currently friends that I'm still friends with now were being accused of things, and I, you know, I'm no stranger to alcohol, and I let the alcohol get the best of me that night, and I, you know, made a lot of false accusations on a lot of people, including
Dan,
Holly and Mr. Foz.
did
I'm sorry.
I wanted to ask real quick because this was also said. Did I put you up to any of that? Because that was something I think Angela or
Yeah,
somebody
Angela
said.
definitely said that.
Did I
I
put
think
you
Did
up
you
to doing that?
want? Oh, no. This was a voluntary thing that as a matter of fact, I actually had court that night, and I wasn't happy with the way that court had gone for myself. And it was just, you know, I have a suspended license, and I don't know if anyone knows that or not, but like I wasn't happy with the way my court date turned out, or like, you know, the fines that I had to pay. So I was already pissed off about it. And I had gotten messages earlier that I did not check until later on that night, and I was already intoxicated. So no one put me up to it. It was me, myself, and I that you know, decided to make that live. And
nobody.
I'm coming out in a full confession right now and saying that um I was absolutely wrong and a lot of the things that I said and the accusations that I like implemented or that I accused of were wrong as well. And it's been almost a year, if not a year, in the making now to the date that I, you know, went on that fucking rant. That's, you know, I wouldn't necessarily it's famous on YouTube, but like, you know, it's out there. So I mean, you can look it up if you haven't seen it already.
Oh, it's only been a couple
Um,
months. It hasn't been a year. Not even close. It was this year, I think.
it wasn't 2020, I don't believe.
I
I
think it
believe
Yeah, it was like
was.
March.
Yeah, I think it was March.
It was March or
was it?
so.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
maybe it
Because
was.
we
I
were
mean,
in, it was right
I don't
before
know.
Hell Chat started,
I think it was.
or right
Yeah.
after Hell
Right.
Chat started. Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I just know
February, March.
2020's been a hell of a year, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen this year.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, I guess we
uh,
can just, in hindsight, chalk it up to 2020. And I will accept your apology, but I have questions. I just have
no,
questions.
and that's why I'm here because Holly, I know you, and I know you got questions, and I'm here to answer those questions.
Wonderful.
So
So,
and well, before you get there though,
okay.
Holly, you've always been like a fair person, and I've always said this about you, like even to Jonathan. Like I know that like, you know, you consider me public enemy number one, and probably Foz does too, and like, you know, I'm not exempt from blah blah blah, you know, reconciliation or any of that. But you know what? I know that you are at least fair and that you hear people out, and you know, I do respect that about you, even if you don't agree with that person, which you may or may not agree with me on. But I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you at least give a person a fair day in court, and I do respect that about you. I really do, and I just want to say that about you. I don't know too much about Foz personally, but it's been like 3 years since March. What?
Yeah, it's been about now. See, I think you're taking a page out of Josh Owen's book. He always used to the timelines used to get longer and longer with him. But yeah, all the time. I appreciate your words. I try to think that I give people a fair shake unless, they've really done me dirty. But you really didn't do me dirty. That was shocking because we were just on a live, like literally
Right.
seconds before talking good about you. And
Right.
so, I mean, I said it was hard to watch lives with you because you'd get real drunk. And some of them were
Yeah.
real funny, though. Some of them were real funny. But
Yeah.
this one was real uncomfortable, really hard to watch. And
It,
people
it,
were
I
really
can I
concerned with
say
you.
this? I have not even like had the stomach or the
I wouldn't if I was
ability
you.
to even rewatch it.
No,
I can't even rewatch myself on that. So
I wouldn't have been able, I wouldn't be able to.
I've
if I
been
was
there,
you.
man.
Yeah. So, you'd say nobody, it was all your own doing, but I don't understand because I don't believe that fully. I think someone somewhere was egging you on. Maybe you didn't. Maybe
well,
they were
okay.
telling you to do that, but they were putting things in your head.
No. It was no one puts anything in my head, and I'll just say that like flat out. Like no one puts anything in my head except for like like no one put that in my head to do a live. I guess is what I'm saying. But like people coming up to me or like approaching me like via messenger or like text message or whatever and saying this or that and like that they're being treated unfair by like your particular group, this or that. And that's where like I felt like I needed to, I don't know. But and then the alcohol played a little bit into the
And I
outrage.
think that's around the time like I was getting all those strikes and everything. We were going back and
Right.
forth
And
with
yeah,
YouTube strikes,
yeah, and
and
you were getting
we were
striked
talking about it
by,
earlier.
No, that
Foz and
didn't happen till
Wolfstar
after the
and all
live.
that shit. And that pissed me off because I do consider Jonathan a good friend, if not a brother, So,
I
and
don't
it
remember
wasn't just
exactly what was going on during that time.
yeah,
It
and it's
was
been
like
a kind of a while.
it was out of the blue for me. But especially I like had never had one-on-one conversation with you at all. We'd never had
No,
a conversation
no.
like just like back and forth comments maybe before, but never a
Maybe
conversation. So
this
I
is
was
even
like,
our first conversation that
"N-
we've even had together, to be
yeah,
honest with you.
probably. I mean, because nobody would let me come on the live where Josh went off on me for 2.5 hours. So I mean, they invited me on, and I said, okay, but
I'm
I got
sorry.
I was kind of
my
a part of
grandson.
that, but I don't know
It's
if
all
me
right.
and you ever
It's
had words together.
no, we've
So
never really had words. Like maybe like I thought you were funny. I watched your lives sometimes. Sometimes I couldn't watch them because I was an alcoholic. So like I never went live when I was drinking, but
yeah.
I just it was painful for me to watch. So because I was like, if I had gone live, I probably would have been worse. But so uh so I just felt like somebody had to have, but maybe they were just feeding you with just false information.
Misinformation.
Yeah, misinformation. But because
Well,
you had
it,
said things like Holly and Foz are doing this, and then you came into Hell Chat and you said this is my big one. That I can, you were drunk. It's not an excuse, but it's a reason.
well, okay.
Um,
So as far as the Hell Chat goes, if you want to talk about Hell Chat, yeah, there was a big influence, and that was Angela.
yeah. Well, you came in
If
and
that, I mean, I'm
you
sure
said,
that's
please, you said, I need to know. I need to know. I'm so curious. You said you don't know who these people are. The truth will come out. We know what you've done. So is that just shit talk? Because I want to know what I've done. Because like, please, I have been so
who was I saying
transparent
that to? Did I
to me
was
and
that a quote
Foz.
for me?
Yes, for me and Foz. You went on this long thing about how you're going to expose us. That you don't to
No,
Lindsay,
at that
like you
point.
don't
Okay,
know who
so
you're
listen.
trusting.
Okay, so listen. So at that point, I had already trolled you, and I continued to keep the troll going because now I was at that point of basically like no return. So I mean, listen, I am an internet troll. I troll people politically all day on the fucking internet, all fucking day. I think it's hilarious. I get my laughs on it. As far as the politics and all that shit go, that's what I was doing with you guys that day. And then after it was done, it's like, oh shit, I kind of really remember like me going off on everybody. I don't even remember going live. But it was already said and done. And then before I know it, it's on YouTube, and I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep playing along with it. And I'm being straight up, and I was wrong on all of that. But it got to real life because Mandy Vasquez. Do we know this name? Yes, I think we all do. She called fucking child support services on me, and I had the cop banging on my freaking door because of that video. That I don't think Foz knowingly put that video out there to like get child protective services on me. I don't think that was his intent, but that's what was the result of that video. And they've been here, they've checked out my house. My house is okay. The person that I put out on the internet is not the person that I am in real life. Like, everyone thinks I'm just this big fucking stupid drunk that just is careless and doesn't take care of my kids, that I don't take care of my family. And realistically, all I do is work hard. I come home, I cook dinner, I take care of my kids. My family is very well taken care of. We live in a 3-bedroom house with a halfway finished basement. I'm living an okay life for, a 32-year-old with, a fiance and 3 kids. I think I'm doing the best I can. And yeah, I do indulge in having drinks, but, I think I'm, realistically, my kids are not abused. And that was proven by, child protect. We got food in the house. Everything is taken care of. Mandy Vasquez, took it upon herself to call Child Protective Services on me and try to, more or less throw me under the bus in real life, because of some internet bullshit. And I don't appreciate it at all. But I don't know. I think
that's garbage. That's fucking complete trash.
Yeah.
Lindsay passed your real information out all over the place, right? Gave it to Foz,
No, I didn't
gave
know
it
that.
to Mandy.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she went onto some anti-racist group and gave all your information out too.
Yeah, I did not know that.
I have screenshots. I have receipts.
That's news to me.
Yeah. I mean, you weren't working at the place that she had all these people contact anymore.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
But they
that.
tagged you in a post saying, "Could you remove us off your Facebook?" Do you remember that?
There's a reason why I have that place listed as a job. I genuinely did work at that place at one point, but that was legitimately a racist company, and they totally fucked me over. So now I'm trolling that fucking company. I'm a troll. That's what I am. I'm a fucking troll. I fucking am trolling that company because, first of all, they let me go for unlegitimate reasons. And on top of it, they're sexist and fucking racist. And now they get pissed off every time that I fucking troll people on the internet, and they hit up my old company that I used to work for. And like, hey, can you please remove us from your job listing? No, because you guys fucked me over, and you're fucking sexist, and you're fucking racist. So fuck you guys. So that's just me trolling again. I'm trolling a fucking company.
Okay, so
I'm using them as my fucking job.
So I just saw Mandy C say, Dan, I just saw Mandy C say that CPS never went to your house. That he called.
Yes, they did. I can pull the paperwork. I can pull the paperwork out right now.
That she called a 1-800 hotline, but they never went there because the address that was provided wasn't your current address.
Right, because I trolled my old fucking address. But you know what? When she called CPS, they did their research and they found my address. I have the paperwork to prove right now. If I go upstairs, which I'm in my basement right now, I can show you right now documentation that they actually did show up to my house. They were banging on my door. I had to deal with the police banging on my door like I just fucking killed somebody or raped somebody. And then not only that, and then yeah, there was like 2 or 3 months or so after Mandy threatened it. But dude, it was either Mandy or it was Mr. Foz.
Well, definitely.
And I have a feeling it was what?
It wasn't Mr. Foz. Mandy said she called a 1-800 hotline.
Right. So then it was Mandy, because they definitely showed up at my house and I have documentation to prove it. So congratulations, Mandy. You fucking, you somehow fucking did it. you're a piece of fucking shit, and goddamn,
why
I
do
hope
you-
fucking karma comes back to fucking bite you in the fucking
Why
ass.
do you think that it was one of those two? Just because they were being the biggest?
Mandy made the threat,
Okay.
and Mandy called the hotline, and they showed
Okay.
up. So
All right.
who else? I mean, why would I not think it was anybody else minus Mandy? Mandy
I
was
don't
the
know.
one
There
that
was a lot of
contacted
people in hell
Mandy
chat,
was the one that
so-
contacted my mom
Yes, she
and
was. You're
said that I
right.
have this fucking video. Mandy contacted my family. My
Yeah.
mom. Mandy went real life. So whatever the fuck Mandy's saying, she's fucking full of shit. So
No, that's wrong. That's wrong that she did that. She stands by it. I can't. She's
no,
not in any of the groups, and I'm not in any way, associated with her other than Lindsay tried to use her to take me down somehow. But it's ridiculous. But so are you saying the person that you portray yourself online is not the person you are in real life? So all your racist comments, those aren't real. All the bigoted, homophobic stuff,
no. Okay,
that's not real.
so the shit that like I went off on with that crazy ass video, that was a rant and a fucking rave, and I was saying certain things to like personally and like kind of piss you off because I said fuck women's rights. I
Yeah.
don't believe that. No, I feel that women should, because I was saying that to you because I feel like
Because
you
you
are
think I'm a
more on the liberal
left-wing
side of everything.
feminazi? You think I'm a feminazi? 'Cause I'm not.
Kinda,
I'm just a strong
but
woman.
I said
I
that to
thought that
piss.
to
I
begin
said
with
that to
too.
piss you off, though.
Believe me, I would
I said
gladly
that.
stay home and be a housewife and have a man go to fucking work and let me just cook and take care of babies all day. I would love it, but my husband died 18 years ago, so that's not going to happen. So
Well, I said
But the
that too
reason I
at
said
first.
that was
I
because I
didn't know
knew it
you.
would kind of like trigger you. Like pretty much everything I said in that video was I knew it would either trigger you or it would trigger Foz. And obviously, somewhat of it did to the fact that you guys, that Foz wanted to make it, public. So, but I was
But I mean,
intoxicated. I was pissed off, and I've had plenty of time to think about it. And I really did want to just come on here and like genuinely, sincerely apologize for false accusations and just the bullshit that I fucking came on saying. So,
yeah, okay. So,
and
but what
I
about
know this is a new year.
what about your racist stuff in? No, it was this year still. What about the racist stuff? Still remember, it was in 2020 that this is the 2020 is the
What
worst year
racist
in the
stuff?
world.
That
On
I
Twitter,
said monkeys, dude. Okay,
on Twitter, no, on Twitter.
you
Yeah,
you
on
talking
Twitter.
about when I said monkey? Are you talking about like when I said monkeys jumped me? I got jumped by
Yeah,
fucking white dudes.
I think you used the N word on Twitter. I'd have to go back.
No, I did not.
I
No, no,
thought he
no, no,
said
no.
monkeys.
I do not use that word. No.
In Hell Chat,
I
you
never
said
said that.
monkeys, but
No, no, on Twitter. And if you actually go to Mr. Foz's video, you can see the exact Twitter tweet. It said I got
there's
jumped
more
by
than
3
one.
monkeys. Huh?
There's more than one
I never
tweet that we saw.
I
But
never
I'm
said
just
the N
asking.
word.
Okay,
No,
you don't
yeah, I
use
never
that
said
word.
the N word. No, no. And as I live in Ferguson. I mean, but I did get jumped by 3 freaking white dudes, and I got $350 stolen out of my wallet. Right before I was getting ready to see my dad because I thought that my dad was getting ready to die of a cardiac, like he was getting a heart transplant. I was getting ready to go to Florida, and I got $350 stolen out of my wallet. And I said monkeys, but I wasn't even talking about color of skin. Just freaking, I was trying to, generalize. And I didn't even get jumped by black people. It was 3 white dudes. So,
All right. Is anybody watching the other shit? I don't even know what's going on. I quit watching.
It's on my TV, but I have it muted.
I don't know
And
who's on or what they're saying.
Courtney Michael's on there.
Oh,
Lindsay,
what's
Alexis.
the other feed?
It used to be called Justice for Alexis, but they were literally doing nothing for Alexis. So now it's like the polygraphers. And
Sorry.
it's real. It's real. But Courtney, Brad's wife, is on there bawling. They were twisting stuff. I know they were twisting stuff, and they are being. Someone said, someone's in there calling their shit though, because someone just said, it's pretty something about how selective you are about who you bully. But they're talking to he's talking to the polygraphers because
Oh,
they don't have a problem with putting out revenge porn. They don't have a problem with that, and it is pretty indicative that this is really really inappropriate in the fact that every once in a while somebody has to explain who Courtney is and who Brad is.
yeah.
This is so fucking sick. Like, these people are so fucking sick. This would be like Dan. This would be like somebody just for no reason. Well, this is like what Mandy did to you. That's fake. Nobody. I mean, like, did we all think you were? But your wife was there. Your girlfriend or whoever she was there taking care of your kid. So she was taking care of your kid, and you were wasted drunk. There was somebody taking care of your kid. If you were there by yourself, wasted drunk with your kid, I might be concerned too. But I probably still wouldn't call CPS.
Yeah.
But
And
it's like if somebody went to your girlfriend because you didn't stand up for Alexis for getting beat up at Truth or at CS like she says she did, but then they go to your and start meddling in your fucking relationship because you didn't stand up for Alexis. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're trying
that's
to.
exactly why they wanted Nicole to come on there. They wanted to be able to twist what Nicole was saying, and 3-on-1 or whatever, whoever it is, and twist shit, and all go at it at one time. That's why I agree that, like, let me say this. Why I agreed to do this at this time when they started theirs is because of that, because that's what they wanted to do. Like, and Lindsay's been messaging me today, but I haven't said a whole lot. She asked for a couple of videos, and
I wouldn't provide her anything. Seriously, I wouldn't. She is this. I know that, Dan, you used to be good friends with Lindsay. She has gone off the fucking deep end. I do not recognize her. I do not know. I didn't know that Lindsay would just hurt people to hurt people. And that's what she's doing. She's just hurting people. She is exploiting this Courtney person, to just.
So, and to be honest,
you gotta
like
go to bed with that
I
woman.
did drop Lindsay whenever I probably shouldn't have, but now I definitely have seen what she's capable of, and I definitely don't regret dropping Lindsay when I did drop Lindsay as a friend. So it wasn't necessarily right at the time of me dropping Lindsay as a friend, but I'm definitely not regretting dropping her as a friend. But I do see, Foz is not a bad dude, except, he exploited me, but for every fair reason, he exploited me because I definitely called him out on social media, and I definitely called you out on social media. So I don't, I'm not hating on you guys for doing what you guys have, but you didn't go to the extremes that others have. You did what you did in fair game. I call it fair game, in my opinion.
I'm going to tell you, Dan, I have said this repeatedly and nobody would ever listen to me. I had everybody will say, oh, you were trying so hard to take down Josh Owens. I wasn't trying to take down Josh Owens. He was your friend. I know that. I wasn't trying to take him down. What I was trying to do was get Josh Owens to realize what he had done with Holly Saylor was wrong. And he needed to, I didn't want him, he didn't owe me an apology. I just, hold on a second. I wanted him to say, yes, I did it. It was wrong. And then when new people come into the group, because they're going to come into this group every Halloween, and they ask those questions, you don't shut them down. You tell them, yes, this happened. Here's a post. You can go look and hear the whole story. I don't want to rehash it, but you can go watch it yourself.
Right. No.
That's
all I
want
to say about the whole situation with Josh and Holly was that as soon as he said that he was doing it, he didn't even ask, the other moderators that were part of the original truthers.
Oh, no, I know.
He just did it. None of us approved of it.
No,
Lindsay,
I know.
Keith Goddard,
Lindsay,
everyone that was involved, Eddie, none of us, we disapproved of it, and he did it anyways.
No, I know. Lindsay gave me the control of the truthers when she left earlier this year. Very beginning of the year, she left and she gave me and Lexi control of the truthers, And I went and I looked, and there's only one post that was ever deleted by Josh Owens. And it was like a couple hours after he said, I think I should just drop this stuff. And then it was a couple hours after that. And then the next morning, all hell broke loose. And every post was about Jesus Christ, he should step down and like all this stuff. Yeah, I get that nobody, but what he should have done was like, people are going to trust him, but then people are going to find this out. And if they come to you and say, hey, I see this, did this really happen? And he says, I was framed. No, I was like, I took the fall for somebody, somebody set me up, because that's what he did with me. Instead of just saying, I fucked up, I don't want to rehash it, but here's where you can read about it, and make a post and announcements where people can read about what happened, and his apology to everybody,
Yeah.
all he had to do. And he owes me that, but he owes people that follow him that, and people that trust him that, and he wouldn't do it. So that's what it was.
Since we're talking about Josh, that chat started with Josh.
Hell chat?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Josh started that chat because there was a rumor. Yeah, there was a rumor he was going to come back and shut it down, and I told him no, don't do that, because we talked about it, and there was a text message between me and him that got spread around.
That he was going to reactivate and shut it down so that people it could stop.
Yeah.
It's not as toxic in there now than it was, I think. It was.
Well, I'm not in there anymore. I can't troll you guys. So
Lindsay didn't start it. Josh.
No, Lindsay did not start it. She restarted it by adding people into it after Josh was gone, so that because he can't shut it. Nobody can kick anybody else. Nobody can kick anybody out, and nobody can shut it down. Right. So it's just that's why it's called Hell Chat.
He was the only moderator, and he was gone, or the admin, or whatever it's called in a chat.
Yeah. I think it's still the admin.
It couldn't get shut down unless he shut it down, and he wasn't there to shut it down. So it kept evolving into its own literal hell chat, to say the least.
I don't know what rumor there is about. Like a lot of it's people trolling. I do have an FBI friend that I kind of exchange funny shit with. It's not like I report people to him. I don't. I've said that. But I sent him a couple of these emails I've got just so he'd get a laugh.
You should just ask him just casually about when revenge porn is going to become a federal offense, federal crime. And
actually, the guy that I exchange emails with is in San Diego, and he heard of us when I talked to him. Like I asked him one time if he heard of McCamey Manor, and he knew about it.
Yeah, well. It's just interesting. I'm just learning a lot about, the non-consensual dissemination of private pictures because of everything Lindsay's doing, and
thanks, Allison. Was it Allison? Oh,
Allison's great. I love Allison so much.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I just don't get why people are going real life on people because of it. It floors me. It absolutely floors me. I would never think to do something like that. Get in between and, call CPS. Like, what the hell? You have no idea what people's lives are like at home outside of them going live. Anybody can put up a front in front of a camera, and, it's just so wrong on so many levels. It bothers me.
Yeah, hold on. I just am seeing these comments with Fat Dookie.
I never thought that.
Hold on. I see these comments with Nick.
I'm sorry.
Nicholas Baldwin. Which one is it? Not Bishop, right? Not Baldwin. Nick Baldwin was one of the actors, right?
Yeah.
No, that's an actor.
Yeah. Okay. So Fat Dookie, Nicholas. Josh Owen started that chat with Lindsay and
Mr. Paz, was it?
No. It was with Lindsay and I believe Nick.
It was supposed to be
or Justin. No, it was with Justin Wolfstar.
Yeah, that's what it
and
was.
and so there was some stuff in there, and Lindsay added, I believe, added Foz, and maybe added Fat Dookie at that time. I don't know. This was before I was added, but 99%. Lindsay did not start that chat. She restarted it by adding people to it. She added Foz to it. Lindsay, but I'll tell you, Angela added more people to that chat than anybody. So, and well, once it got into full blown hell chat, then it was people just adding people because we were talking about it in the groups and people wanted to know. So Fat Dookie, yeah, you, Lindsay, and Josh. So you know that Lindsay
Yeah,
didn't start
it turned
the chat.
into the myth and the legend.
Then Wolf is the one that doxed you, Nick. I can't prove anything because that happened because by the time I came in, it was already going so strong you couldn't even reach the top of the chat anymore.
Yeah, we don't let you go like a day or two back.
Yeah, it was so far back there, and the only reason anybody knew you were doxed in there is because I believe Angela showed a screenshot of it, or somebody showed a screenshot of it where you just all your information was just let out again. But that was all Wolf. That was nobody else. And in fact, I've heard you say my name over and over and over again, saying I was part of being doxing you, and I wasn't even in the chat at that time. Yeah, I know. Hell chat is always going to be
Hey,
a part of
Holly,
our
so
lives.
speaking of doxing,
Yes.
do you think Lindsay might have called CPS on me?
Well, I mean, I know
I
that
still
she's
think
the
it
one
was
that got
mainly,
all
though.
your. I mean, Mandy says she called the 1-800 line, so I don't know, and I don't know because I never realized that Lindsay would go real life on people until after we had our falling out. I mean, I guess I should have because when we were in the group chat before she was mentioning things that she knew about me that she should know about me. So she probably doxed me. But I know that she doxed you. I mean, I know that she gave your information out. I know that for sure. So
Right.
oh, who is Nick saying duck you? Okay, you have proof Foz was working with Justin?
Mandy C. Is that it?
Yeah, Mandy C. Vasquez. I bet she's gonna want to come on and
Yeah, Foz asked me if I'd unblock her, so yeah, she's unblocked now.
Michael looks pissed.
A little bit.
Oh,
Is he
man.
on?
No, I can.
Oh,
I can
hey.
see steam coming out of your ears.
Can we
bit.
hear? Can we hear? Because I couldn't listen. I couldn't listen to that. Was it ridiculous? I mean, I saw here's what I saw. I saw this comments going on the live chat on my TV, but I had it muted. And I saw a whole lot of people that were okay with with the sharing of images. A whole lot of fucking people that are okay with that. Think that that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think
And
anything is okay with what happened, but it's all private. But that part, fuck those
regardless
people.
of what she did, throwing nudes out online and in public like that, or even threatening to, that's no bueno. That's not fucking cool at all.
Right,
and I had
no,
a
it's
chance
not.
to confront Jennifer about it on the live. She tried to lie and say that I said things to her that I didn't. So I read off my conversation with her word for fucking word. And I sent screenshots of it to Lindsay, which didn't end up on the live, but that's fine. I told her that she tried to play fucking nice to me. And I wasn't having that shit. I didn't talk to her for like over 24 fucking hours. I didn't respond to her goddamn message. Sorry for my language, but I'm fucking heated. Yeah. And so basically, all right, female Jay Leno messages me trying to be nice, and I waited a day, and then I heard about her threatening to put Melissa's pictures on blast in her fucking CS Revisited group. I saw the screenshot of it, so I decided to respond to her at that time. And I told her, how is that going to help anything? How is putting someone's pictures online or even threatening to, how is that going to make anything better? It serves no purpose. And then she responded telling me to fuck off and all this shit and whatever. Well, that wasn't the story she tried to present on the live tonight, so I was there to defend myself, and she left the live, I guess. I don't know. Came back, and all she had to say at that point was that I was a fool. Well, fuck you. What I am shouldn't fucking matter to her anyway. What should matter is that you don't do that kind of shit. Yeah, what Melissa did was wrong, undoubtedly, and her and I are dealing with that. Two wrongs don't make a right. And as they said, well, a right and wrong don't make things right. That's true. But not putting someone's pictures online is the right thing to do. It's still right in and of itself. Bottom fucking line. So female Jay Leno can go shut her fucking cock holster and leave Melissa's nudes out of her fucking mouth. She needs to drop this shit right now if she knows what's good for her. But she fucking won't. Anyway, sorry.
You got nothing better. to do,
Don't be
man.
sorry.
I can't. I'm not going to be on long. I'm waiting to go back in. I'm waiting on a damn truck to get here to stock beer.
Beer.
You say beer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're all
beer.
like- us alcoholics are like, what? So
All
Michael,
our eyes open real wide.
yeah, Michael, I don't drink, and I hear beer, and I'm still like, yes, beer. Michael, so
And sorry, I didn't mean to derail the conversation
No,
here.
no,
I know
no,
you guys
I
were in the
wanna
middle of
say-
something.
I want to say I'm appalled by, because I saw some of the comments scrolling by, and I saw Karen. Well, I'm like fucking appalled by this. Say that, like, you should expect if you send a nude to somebody that it's going to get spread around. That you should expect that. That's just, that's okay. That's part for the.
And
course.
here's the
You
deal.
should expect that.
And here's the deal. Okay, it is not okay.
No.
At all. We all know that. The sad truth of it, though, is that it happens a lot. And whether you want it to happen, you shouldn't send them because you should expect that something like that could happen. That was her mistake. That does not mean she consented to having them redistributed
That's
to
right.
anyone.
Exactly.
And therein lies the problem.
Yep.
And as far as that goes, as far as the redistribution of any pictures goes, I can't speak any more on that.
Right.
I said what I said about Jennifer.
Yeah,
but,
and I'm hearing all this. Well, Michael wanted proof, and I'm like, but did Michael go to you or did you go to Michael?
What?
I keep hearing people like defend Lindsay because you had said, Michael, that you wanted if somebody had proof, bring it to me, right? And
1 second. Can I? Who should I send a screenshot to here?
Send it to me. I'll
yeah,
throw it up.
you don't, and I've heard it all. So, but she came to you. You did not go to her and say, "Can you send me pictures of my wife?"
As a matter of fact, she messaged somebody else, and I think I said this on the live the other night. She actually had messaged Foz to get in touch with me because I had her blocked. And Foz said, "Hey, Lindsay is wanting to get in touch with you. It's a private matter." I said, "Okay, thank you." He said she wouldn't tell me what it was about.
You.
Huh?
Like there's
what the thing in chat, or is it part 2?
Yeah, it's Mandy's wanting to come on live and.
Okay, Mandy, so be a little patient because Michael's
Again,
talking.
I'm gonna put myself.
Go ahead.
You keep talking. I'm gonna look up the documentation to show that she actually did call CPS.
Okay.
So that everyone can see for themselves. I'll be right back.
Okay, Michael, go on.
All right, I'm scrolling back up through my messages with her so that I can take the screenshot to send to JM. 1 second. Jesus Christ, where's it at? But yeah, so anyways, she had messaged Foz to get in contact with me. He contacted me. I said, thank you. He reiterated that he didn't know what the conversation was about. So she just reached out to him. 1 second here. Getting the screens now.
Oh my God, Misty's gonna hate me being on your lives, JM, because like I don't ever come on a live with a singular focus. We just let the tea drop.
It's all good. Listen, we
There's a
all
lot
have,
of it. There's so much of it.
our stories in it, and it's about bringing this crap into people's real lives.
Lying about
And
what?
it's-
Mandy, nobody's talking about you right now. We're talking about something completely
this-
different
Yeah,
right now.
this is not about you.
When Michael is done talking and goes to get the beer for the after party, we will and Dan's back with the documentation. Oh, someone in the chat. Okay, go ahead, go on, Michael.
Okay.
Sorry.
So she asked me if somebody knew that Melissa had been doing stuff behind my back that she hadn't told me about, would I want to know? I said, yeah. I didn't ask her, hey, I want you to send me anything. I'm just I'm just trying to set the record straight here, and the screenshots will prove that. She said, well, I have pictures that I can send you. Do you want them? I said, sure, send them. I didn't know they were nudes until I got them. I was hoping they weren't. But that's what it was. And then I confronted Melissa about it. All right. And from that point forward, I had deduced that it was Brad. Hold on one second. I got to jump off this live and take a quick phone call.
All right.
Okay.
okay.
All right. How do I leave?
Uh,
You got Lindsay's chat bubble up there. She blowing you up.
okay, so that's the first screenshot. Can everybody see it? I don't know if everybody can see that. It never shows up right when you're just looking
Yeah.
at Messenger. I don't see anybody in the chat. I don't know.
We don't see who you're talking to,
I don't see
Mandy,
who you're-
but
yeah.
just please calm down, because like nobody's, it looked like you were, we can't see who you're responding to. So I don't see anybody saying anything to you. So it looks like you're talking to us.
Okay, and then I can read it off. It's Lindsay in gray and Michael in blue.
Yeah.
So because it was his message history. I apologize. Things been crazy lately. Thank you for reapplying. No worries. Must have been getting in the group. And then July 18th, you can just keep my name out your mouth, huh? Hilarious. Screenshot this and post it in your little group. You're still a cunt. September 2nd at 7 p.m. Josh said you needed to speak to me. And then I'm guessing this was the same day. Yes, and you aren't going to like it, but I know you asked for proof before. And if I were you, I'd want to know you hate me anyways and probably think I'm sharing this with you to hurt you. I'm not, but I figure I get blamed for it anyway. So my question,
Probably the next screen.
yeah, probably on the next one. Okay, yeah. So my
Please don't
question-
share. Please don't show. If
Oh no, that's
okay.
it. This is it. This is all
Okay.
of them. If I knew something about Melissa, you'd want to know. Please really think about that before you answer. Yes, I would, but I would need to see proof. Anyone can say something happened. And she said, I understand. I do what I have. I did not ask for. Apparently, Melissa sent pics to people besides Anthony, including someone who is married. They are pictures. Excuse me. Do you want them? I'm sorry, Michael. All bullshit aside, I'm sorry. He said, yes, send them. And who did she send them to? And then I guess maybe after that they got shown. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to go any further. But so that is not Michael asking for them.
No, yeah.
That is Lindsay going to Michael and saying, would you like these? And what boyfriend, husband, partner is going to say, well, no, I don't
right.
want the proof that I've been, proof that I've asked if you come to me with proof. But what Lindsay fails to realize is that the minute that she sent those pictures, who she did not have permission to send those pictures are the property of Melissa. They're not of the they're not the property of the person that received them. The person that received them that was consensual. She got them, or he got them. Whoever Melissa sent them to, he got them. Whoever he sent them to, he did not get Melissa's permission from. I believe he sent them to Alexis. I believe Alexis sent them to Jennifer and Lindsay, maybe in a group chat. But then Jennifer, on top of that, goes, "Oh, if Melissa doesn't stop talking about legal stuff, I'm going to put them all over the internet. I'm going to blast them. I'm going to blah, 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 all this stuff because I'm not afraid. I'm not scared because, you know, I've been riding a lawyer dick for 3 years, you know? So maybe she doesn't realize that 4 states have adopted the 4 new states just this year have adopted the it's not called revenge porn anymore. It's called non-consensual dissemination of private sexual images. And they made it because it's and the thing is that these people don't understand this is not a hard crime to prove. All they have to prove is that you sent it to somebody and they weren't you. That's all they have to prove. They don't have to prove it was revenge. They don't have to prove and it was malicious. It was malicious as intent. There was no good. There was no good from it. And all they have to do is all they can do is like look all over.
Oh my God.
All over Lindsay's and Alexis's group and see all the shit that they were talking about Melissa. And they will see it was revenge porn.
Smile, smile.
Yeah.
Well, there won't be no watching that one.
What?
It's private.
They privated their live?
Yeah.
What? The old one?
The one they were on, the one they were doing.
They privated it.
They privated it already.
No,
well, I hope.
Shit.
Did anybody? I hope somebody screenshotted some of it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it while I was on. So.
They can have a crazy live. They can, of course, they have to make it so it's watchable. You know, it's what it is. That it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Boz says it was too sad, and I get that it was sad, but I was still hoping that there would be some stuff on there. They're making a second one about Teller.
Wait, what was sad about it?
Courtney was on there upset.
She was crying.
Courtney was very upset, and I can understand.
I can understand that. I like Courtney. I think Courtney's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she is.
I've spent some time with her. I think she's a really, really nice person. I think she's legit. She's and unfortunately, if she got in the middle of them, God knows, which direction she was pulled in, and anybody can look like a fucking idiot when intertwined with them, because it's just, and I'm sorry, I have an issue with calling people out and saying, oh, you're so irrelevant and you just have to try to be the attention right now, and oh, here's your very own special post. Like, what are you doing? Like, you gaslighting, manipulating bitch. Like, I'm sorry, it's just, that's exactly what it is.
Can you put Pink Dagger's comment up? And then Mandy wants to come on and explain herself to Dan. Dan, are you okay with that?
Yeah, except for the fact that I can't locate the documentation right now.
That's okay. She's admitting
in my household somewhere.
She's admitting she called.
Okay.
She's not mad.
Right on. Yeah, I just can't
Mandy,
find the documentation.
Okay, Pink, what is it that the one thing Courtney wants that Alexis refuses to give her?
Let me speak
what
on
is
that.
that though?
I'll speak on that. I was on that live. So
okay,
let's hear it.
And yeah, first off, sorry I had to drop. I've been out here waiting for nothing. My boss just called and said that it's going to be a trucker coming in the morning. So no beer.
I'm out of here.
Are you telling me there's no beer? Are you telling me there's no beer?
There'll be beer in the morning. I promise. There'll be lots of beer in the morning.
Son of a bitch!
But
Michael.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, Courtney is on this live, and she's obviously distraught.
I'm out.
All right. Alexis knows who this supposed middleman is that's feeding her information that she fed to Lindsay, which was then given to me. Alexis knew this, and I repeatedly told Alexis, just tell her. You don't have to do it on the live. Send her a message, tell her. And Alexis is on the fence about it. Like I don't want to do that to this person. Well, look at what it's doing to fucking Courtney. Like this
Right.
is bullshit. And yeah, people are trying to hate on Melissa for it. She wasn't the only one involved in this. It wasn't like she sent him messages. He said, please don't do this, and then showed his wife. No. They had conversations going back and forth. And again, that's all going to come out. Don't worry. Please be patient. That's all I can say on that. But, you know, Courtney's over there hurting. And it's just like nobody with the ability to help her with the one thing she wants is going to do anything about it. And what makes it even worse is Brad admitted that he was having these conversations with Melissa. He did, but she
So they
wanted to know who
basically-
this middleman is.
They brought her on to exploit the situation and then left her hanging.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's sick.
What's
It's sick.
really sad is Courtney literally
Exactly.
gave me the shoes off of her feet. Okay?
I gotta go.
Because I, just like a little tidbit, I forgot to bring an extra
Yes,
pair of
she
shoes with me
would.
on my tour, and she literally gave me the shoes off of her feet. That's the type of person she is. She's a good person, and to use and abuse, like, that's just what they do. That's what they do. Just use and abuse. Use you for content. Use you for, whatever narrative they need to spew, and I'm done with it. I'm done. They are bullies. They are bullies. I've never been bullied like this in my life, to be honest. And like for her to sit there and say, we're not the bullies, we're the victims. Give me a break. Give me a break. We can't all surely be lying and making all this up. And whoever wants to sit there and drink their Kool-Aid.
And my whole point of it is how is any of this helping anyone? How does it? I know my group is full of fucking stupid drama, but it's all drama related to the groups and the Facebook stuff and stuff like that. But now
How's
it's
all
become
this personal shit gonna help anybody?
it's not. I mean,
Hold on.
like Lindsay, you don't
Is it
want
relevant?
people to bring up it's
I'm
yeah. I said if I was going to join Silvis, Kata Silvis, I wanted to be relevant Silvis. But anyway, so if you, it's not helping anyone, it's tearing people apart. It's not your place, Lindsay. I don't care if you say I would want to know. So then you urge Brad to tell Michael. You don't have this whole ring of people that are passing around this information. If somebody comes to you and says, I know this about Michael, then you urge them to go to Michael. It's not your place to do it. It's not, you didn't want this. And bullshit. This came to me. I didn't ask for it. You bullshit. That's bullshit. You absolutely did ask for it. There's no way that Lindsay isn't messaging people. I mean, what the fuck? Lindsay just messages Tommy out of the blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just out of the blue. Like that's the kind of balls this woman has on her. She does not give a fuck. She's trying to insert herself, put a wedge between Tommy and Nicole because Tommy said, don't you have kids to take care of? Oh, wait. And if we mention anything about Lindsay's personal life, anything about Angela's personal life, no fucking way. Bets are off. We're going down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that it was clearly obvious that that's what she wanted to do, because the conversation wasn't even about me. She had said out of nowhere, oh, did your wife get a discount? Like,
yeah,
bitch,
out of nowhere.
No, the only discount around here is your ass. And not for nothing, but like, to go and send and then try to put a wedge between me and my husband when you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know what type of relationship we have. God forbid there was some type of, like a domestic issue, and then you go and do something like that. And like, what if, this isn't the case, but what if it was the case? What if there was an issue and like, say, I had gotten hurt because of some stupid shit you wanted to go put out, or how dare you? How dare you put yourself as, the fucking relationship god? Like, who the hell are you to get put to be in control of anybody's relationship? Take care of your own.
Right.
So
Take care of your. That's right.
Here's what kills me. I was led to believe that based on the messages that Alexis was sending me, that she was in direct communication with Brad. I sent a screenshot to JM showing that.
You want me to show that?
Yeah, go ahead, and you'll have to zoom in on it. It's already,
Let me
because it was taken on the desktop.
Mm.
But she at this point she tells me that I can't say Brad's name publicly or he'll stop talking to her. Then
So it was
later,
Brad.
but then later, after I spilled the beans to Courtney about what was going on, her story changed and suddenly there's a middleman.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So suddenly this middleman's appeared after I start talking to Courtney. That seems a little damn fishy to me. But, I mean, it's just more... It feels to me like it's backpedaling, and if Alexis hears this and it pisses her off, I'm sorry. That's just how it looks to me. I have a screenshot saying that Brad's going to stop talking to her if I mention his name, but then suddenly she's not been talking to Brad at all. Like, which one is it?
Yep. I agree. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's just plain and simple. None of anybody's fucking business.
Well, I mean, I
and-
must have missed. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I must have missed. Like, I didn't know that you is it true, Michael, that you guys are on better terms with Alexis at this point? I mean,
I thought so.
Okay.
And again,
I
wouldn't say we, not as in I don't know what kind of terms Melissa and Alexis are on.
Okay, and that's their adults. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's and that would be a good thing.
I know that Alexis reached out to me the day after Lindsay did and was being very cordial. She was filling me in on info. And again, it was during that conversation where she mentioned that Brad would stop talking to her if I mentioned his name publicly. But we got into a group chat once I talked to Courtney because Courtney said she wanted proof. And I got into a group chat with Melissa, Lindsay, and Alexis. And I asked them, where is the proof that Brad was talking to you? Could somebody send Courtney messages? She's freaking out. She wants to get to the bottom of this. Alexis's reply in so many words was, fuck you, why should I help? She didn't explicitly say fuck you, but it was, why should I help y'all? Nobody was there for me. Blah, 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 all that. And she just stopped at that point. There was no more assistance from Alexis. I have not talked to her through Messenger since. And then I until seeing her tonight on the live, and I still didn't talk to her on Messenger during that, but that was the first time I communicated with her since she said during the live said during that group chat that she wasn't going to help. And as far as I know, there is no good ground between Melissa and Alexis.
All right, Michael. Lindsay is saying that you came on here and are twisting what was said on the live, and that
it's out there. Unless they're hiding it.
Well, it's not. They
and
privated
she
it.
said,
they privated it.
Yeah, she said if Holly's twisting shit that Michael's saying, and that if it's needed, they'll take clips.
Wait. We saw Lindsay's messages to Michael. Michael.
They're trying to talk about Christy now. Okay, so they're going to that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Lindsay, since you're talking about me, I saw with my own eyes and heard with Michael's voice or JM's voice, and I heard before this those messages. So where am I twisting it?
Beautiful.
He did not he did say on his live, if anybody But if anybody wants to tell me more, you're gonna have to bring me proof. He did say that. I'm gonna have to see proof. I don't want none of this fucking bullshit rumors anymore. I need proof. He did say
Yeah.
that. But
To
Lindsay, he
be
did not
specific,
specific. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, specifically the live you're talking about is one. It was a live that Alexis was doing, and where she was coming clean and basically doing an AMA and Ask Me Anything. And so I had asked her. I said, "How do you have proof that what proof do you have that Rich and Melissa got together the night of the barbecue after the barbecue was over?" And she said, "Oh, well, somebody told me." And to which I responded with, "Well, that's not proof. That's hearsay." It is. Which, I mean, now here we are and it's out. But, regardless, at that point, I said, if you're going to come at me with an allegation, I need actual proof. The proof was eventually given to me. It was. I just said, you're going to need to come at me with proof.
Right.
And when Lindsay messaged me about the photos that were being sent from Melissa to Brad, she asked me if I wanted to see the photos, and I said, sure, send them to me.
Okay, Carrie, I'm sorry that you support Lindsay and Alexis because they both committed a felony. Both of them. And Jennifer Taylor probably too. So,
yeah, you're on the wrong side of history with that bullshit. So
yeah. So, Michael, did I twist your words when I said Lindsay you did not go to Lindsay and ask for proof. You did not message Lindsay and say, show me proof. Lindsay messaged you.
No, she messaged Foz and told Foz that she needed to speak with me because I had her blocked. So I unblocked her and I said, Foz says you needed to speak to me. And then she replied, and that's in those screenshots. I didn't go and ask her to be unblocked, to come to her. She came to me.
Hold on a second. I'm just laughing at the messages that
I'm just pasting a few here and there.
Angela said Holly and JM can't stand not getting all the attention. So basically what she's saying is that we have all the attention right now. Yay!
We do because we got more viewers.
We got the attention. Yay! I'm so happy. Believe me. Pinnacle of my day.
Are we relevant now?
We are relevant.
Are we
relevant.
relevant enough?
Hold on.
But here's the deal.
27,
right.
46. We're about
Messages.
50 people. 50 minus 28. We're
Carrie,
20 people more
truth,
relevant.
Regardless of the truth, you can commit if you commit a crime while telling the truth, I guess if you want to back it. Angela also said AP rule times 2, so nobody has to give proof. No, Angela, the times 2, the AP amendment, the exception means nobody has to give proof to you. So we have to provide proof for everybody else. Nobody has to provide proof to you.
Look, here's the deal. The purpose of that live, at least from what I could tell, the purpose of that live was for Courtney to come on and I guess tell her side of the story and she went on that live to ask for whoever knew who Brad sent pictures to. She needed to get in contact with that person. She needed to know who it was. Up until I had talked to Courtney, I assumed that was Alexis. Alexis's story backpedaled and changed, and she suddenly said there was a middleman, and she's on the fence about whether or not she's going to tell Courtney. She said she wasn't going to do it on the live. That's fine. I
hope she gives it to her, though.
Whatever. I can't tell Alexis what to do. I'm not going to try to tell Alexis what to do. I told her what she should do, obviously. And, Courtney's not the only one that deserves to know that. Melissa deserves to know because he distributed pictures out without her consent. She deserves to know. I deserve to know who all those were sent to. But, I'm fine with waiting for it to come out officially anyway. And it will. But Courtney needs to know now. And if they don't tell her, that speaks on their character immensely.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm going to answer Paula, but if you guys want Mandy on, I'm willing to hear Mandy out. Paula, the felony that they committed was the non-consensual dissemination of private sexual images which means it's basically the revenge porn law that's been adopted by 4 new states this year alone. So I'm bringing that up to 41 states. All of those states
Tennessee being one of
those women live in: Tennessee, Alabama, West Virginia, Missouri. It's a felony in some of those states. So
I'm surprised it's not more than that, just those states.
yeah, well,
Texas-
it is more than
Texas
those
has
states.
Oh,
one.
it is. Okay.
There's
Texas, they had theirs
41.
last year.
41 states.
Oh, there's
41 states have that law. But 4
Damn,
of
that's a
them
beautiful ceiling vent.
made it a 4 of them made
Felony.
it a felony this year.
It should be.
Yeah.
I guess.
And it's like I
should
was
be.
saying, it's not even a felony that's hard to prove. You can one of them is at the mandatory 1 year in prison immediately. Like I don't even think that you just have to be charged. I don't think you need to be convicted, like go to trial or something. I don't know what that is. There's a $10,000 fine. $10,000. And that's not up to $10,000. That's in some of the states. I don't know. I mean, these are just some of the stuff I pulled, but I think in Missouri it is a class D felony. In Alabama, I think it's like what they call a class 4 felony. I'm not sure in Tennessee because there was some conflicting information there, but it is still against the law. Okay,
And again, that's all going to be
get to
handled.
come on. No, Mandy, the law is enforced. That law is enforced. People are prosecuted for revenge porn. That's why more laws are adapting it. And when a law first comes into effect, they're probably going to prosecute it even more.
Because
And
precedents.
just a
need to be
little
set.
FYI for Mandy, there's also incrimination for falsely fucking calling CPS on people too.
There's
And
not.
In Missouri,
not.
there is.
Really? Because
This is true.
when that whole thing was going on with Teller, and then it was between you and Teller, I did some research, and if people are genuinely concerned, there is no law against calling CPS.
Right. But like for the accusations that like for like an internet
false
based
accusation. But
right.
yeah.
Right.
In Missouri,
So
it is considered a misdemeanor.
Is Mandy going to get to come on or no?
I sent her a link. I don't unless I sent it to the wrong person. I don't know. I've never talked to her.
Mandy, he tried to send
So-
you a link. Could you just imagine some random person
Oh,
coming on this
God.
live and being, what the fuck did I walk in on?
Pull up a chair, buddy.
Yeah, grab a beer.
Fuck, we're out of beer till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah,
Come
we
back
gotta wait
tomorrow
for I guess tomorrow's shipment.
Mandy, JM said he sent you a link unless he sent it to the wrong Mandy. So
Mandy C.
It would-
Vasquez.
Mandy C. Vasquez on Facebook.
Is that it?
I've never heard of her.
Check your
We
check
got
your
one
other.
mutual
You
friend.
have heard of Mandy. Dan.
I've
She
never
was in
heard
the
of her.
She was in the original Truth. Are you being sarcastic? Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I read
I'm trolling.
sarcasm.
I'm a troll.
I
All
read
right, she got it.
sarcasm in text better than I hear it in person. And I'm just gonna let Mandy speak when she gets on here. But I just want to say that
Hey,
I
before
hope
Mandy
that you
comes on,
are-
Holly,
Mhm. I don't think Foz is gonna forgive you. By the way, I just have to
Did
say
you
I'll
kn-
forgive you.
She's so truthful.
well, I would like to talk to Foz as well. Honestly, I didn't know if you had any more questions because it was kind of a big deal. Like what
It was a big deal, but I think
I did and went
But
down
the hell
after
chat,
the fact.
that's the one thing in the hell chat when you came in and talking directly to me and Foz, telling all these people that what we did. We are horrible, awful, monstrous people. And I really, because this is something like Angela's said, that my past is going to come out. My lies are going to catch up to me for like 8 months now. I really want this big reveal. I mean, I'm on a personal cliffhanger kind of soap opera thing. I don't know what I did that was so, but I mean, I want to know because my life has been relatively boring. So I'm really excited.
Need some excitement.
Yeah.
I got told that.
Do you think I do this because I have an active social life? I mean, God, no, I don't. I'm a
I was
complete loser.
told that
This
my
cat.
wife was going to find out about a phone call that I was on for 3 hours with Nicole Green that my wife was also on.
Oh,
That's what I was told. I was going to be exposed. Does my wife know I talked to women on the phone for 3 hours while she's at work? Well, yeah, she was on the call.
Yes, expose
How's that?
Holly Harris. Do it. Foz, yes, my champion. And when I'm in jail, also free Holly Harris. Because I'm in Facebook jail. Free Holly Harris.
All right,
And
Mandy.
expose me and free
Expose Holly
me.
Harris.
But not in that way, Lindsay.
Oh,
Not in
God.
not in the way Lindsay's been doing it.
Uh-uh.
So Foz, I mean, okay. Oh, Mandy's here. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah. Hi, Mandy.
No, I'm trying to. I think I have 2 tabs popped up. I'm trying to figure it out because I don't want it to echo.
Sorry.
Hold on. You guys can continue talking.
Well, if I could just say something real quick, True Love, I mean, you seem genuine about it, and I could always appreciate someone coming forward and, you know, apologizing. Apologizing is never a bad thing. You know, so many people have problems apologizing. You know, if
Oh, I'm definitely one. I'm not one to really do that. I really am not. And you know, it's I don't know how long or how many months have gone past since then and now, but you know, I it's been kind of a thing that I've kind of won off my shoulders.
yeah,
You know, I don't care about the YouTube videos that are out there. Foz can keep them up there or he can delete them. I don't really give a shit because they've already been out there. They've already been, you know, I've already made myself look stupid.
listen,
And
it's
Okay. Oh.
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, am I echoing? I just want to know.
You sound all right. You sound fine.
no, you sound fine.
All right, thanks. So I wanted to come on here and explain why I felt the need at the time to call CPS. Yes, I understand Dan as a father would be upset about that. Who wouldn't be? But at the time, even though me and Dan weren't getting along because of the whole monkey gif thing, and I took it as being racist, whether it was or not, I truly was genuinely concerned about his children in the stream that I saw when you went live, Dan, and you were going on some kind of a rant, and I heard your wife in the background say you're scaring the kids. Can you go in the basement? That's what made me concerned. And I'm serious when I say that, whether anybody believes me or not. And yes, they say, you know, you're going real life. That's not right. But to me, it's worth it. If it comes to a kid's safety and well-being, that's totally different. It's not me trying to be spiteful or anything like that. It's me making sure a child is just okay.
Right. Okay. No, you can keep talking. I'm sorry.
And I just want to say, I'm just going to say one more thing before then you can respond, that you are right that it is against the law to make a false report with CPS. I know that for a fact. Now, I don't know about all states, but I know that it is. The reason why mine doesn't qualify as a false report is because I really was genuinely concerned, and it wasn't false because I provided them the live stream. They asked me to provide them evidence of the live stream, and I sent them the link. Now, I don't know whether they went to your house or not. What I was told was that they didn't, because the address Foz gave me and provided me that he supposedly got from Lindsay, they said it wasn't coming up and that it was incorrect. And they said, do you have a different address? And I said, I do not. So all I know is that it just was a phone call. I don't know if they went there or not. All right, you can speak.
All right. Yeah. So, like, you are accurate on like that part about it, because they did show up at the original address that I had listed on my Facebook page as my address. It was not my current address, which I
Dan, are
currently
you
live at
muted? I
now.
can't hear you.
Can you not hear me?
I hear him.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hear you.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, so like the address that I have currently listed as my address right now on Facebook is not my current address. Where I live at now, they were able to find out that I live at where I live at now, because they had to do, I guess it was actually like a few months after apparently you had called CPS that CPS showed up at my house, because they were actually doing their own internal research, I guess, at that point whenever you had called, and they had to figure out where the heck I lived. And then after the fact, they showed up randomly, banging on my door. Like they were banging on my door like I was like in the middle of killing somebody. And they had claimed that they were there because the CPS were notified and the cops had to show up. And I just feel like that was just a complete waste of resources as far as the police go. Because do you think like if and obviously I guess you really don't know, but like my mom lives 10 minutes down the road. My dad lives out of state, but I got family surrounded by me. And these are their grandkids. And Allie's parents live 10 minutes away from us. They would have notified, but you obviously don't know that. You just see what you see online, But like I'm surrounded by people that love my kids. They're their grandkids. They love my kids. And like if I was ever abusing or mistreating my children, they would not even like hesitate to throw me under the bus. Not even my own mother would not hesitate to throw me under the bus if I was mistreating my kids. I respect and love my kids to death. They always come first. I usually make sure that I'm in bed before I even take a sip of alcohol. I don't know. It genuinely hurt me. But like, you don't know who I am. You obviously live in like New York or wherever the hell you live, and you see me on the internet doing this or that, and you, I guess, showed concern, but you didn't really like think, I don't know, I guess, about the repercussions that it really did to my family. Because now I got my family looking at me in a different way or a different light. And like, obviously you called up my mom, or you called or messaged my mom, and yeah, I don't know. It just like the extent that you went to like literally go out of your way and like try to hurt me as a father and as a person that's trying to just get by in this world. And we said some offensive things to each other back and forth. It was a back and forth thing, but I never intentionally went out of my way to ever try to like jeopardize your job or jeopardize like what you got going on for you in your life right now, and it was genuinely shocking that you would actually go to the extent that you did to try and take my kids away, my family away, my life away.
I don't want
like
your
my
kids
everything
taken
away.
No,
but
my
you
intent
did.
was not. I called them.
I don't know if you were even like really that concerned about my kids, because
how
in
would
all
you know?
honesty,
You don't
my
know
kids.
Me. You don't know me,
right?
though,
You don't know me. You only saw what you saw about me.
So you should just take it for word. You should just take it for my word that I was genuinely concerned. Just like
it's
I'm
hard to
taking you
do
for your
that
word
whenever
your
it got so personal that way. Whenever it got so
It's not
personal that
because
you
you
had
don't
to feel that
listen,
you had
you
to
don't
take
know-
it to that extent that you did.
Okay, well, you also listen. Just let me say this: you don't know my life. I've experienced things where I know people who were alcoholics, and people did not call CPS or anything like that, and they just said, "Oh, this person likes to have a few drinks." And you know what? Personally, fuck it. If you want to have a drink, have a drink. I don't care. But
it's not against
when
the law.
To people who have an issue, I don't have an issue with alcohol. Okay, but when it comes to people who have a problem with drinking and stuff, there's somebody that I personally know who their children that had special needs wasn't getting the proper attention because their parent was an alcoholic and they ended up dying in the home. So when I see things like that, to me personally, I'm like, the children should be checked up on. Whether me and you were getting along or not at the time, it wasn't to try to get your kids taken away.
And I'm sorry that you have a bad personal experience with that, but you shouldn't reflect that upon every individual that you meet in your life that has somewhat of a reflective issue that you see in a person that was treated poorly by that. Like, you don't like you said just a second ago, I don't know you. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. All you saw was a snippet of who the heck I was and it wasn't even who I was. I was in a state of anger. And every person in this world, every six people on this live that we're on right now, everyone has expressed anger in their own way, shape, or form. I just unfortunately did it on a freaking Facebook Live. And that was a mistake. That was a mistake. But you know what? That does not disclude me from being a good father to my kids. And you took that little video, that little snippet, and you put me into a category with bad people that you've encountered in your life. And you automatically thought that I was this when I really wasn't that. And
Andy?
you know what?
Yes,
I'll tell you right
just
now, I
like
got
you
my
said.
kids sleeping very comfortably upstairs right now in my house. They did not get taken away from me. I'm not the person that you thought I was. You know,
Mandy,
I
can I
may
ask you?
have a
That's
couple of
great. I'm
drinks,
happy.
Mandy, can I
but
ask you why just messaging his mom wasn't enough for you? Like maybe making, if
I
you felt
messaged
like,
his mom after.
okay, so you didn't feel like maybe
no,
like
this was
because I don't
before
think any,
CPS was
Because
called.
DCF,
no,
can
I don't
I
think
can't hear when other
anything.
people are over talking.
I know. I think you should apologize to him because I don't think anything should come to the level
Well,
of taking it real life. But if you felt so concerned for his
there's a
child,
difference, Holly, when it comes to
Uh-oh.
yes,
Hello?
I was.
Okay.
How can you tell me whether I was concerned or not?
I didn't say
And
you
he
weren't.
just said himself that I only saw a little snippet of him. So
Right.
look at it from my point of view, that if you just saw a little snippet of it, of that, you would be concerned. And I remember when that live was going on, everyone, including like Foz, all of them were like, oh my God, what's going on with Dan? Dan's going off. Like, oh my God, the kids, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Well,
A lot of people were concerned, and I was getting messages personally, privately, of people saying that CPS should be called. Best thing to do, and that's what I did. I'm sorry that it affected Dan the way that it did. But
Who did you get message from
that
saying
he's a
that
great
should
father.
happen?
I'm happy that they're in good care, and there's nothing wrong. That's why they're still there.
Right. So no, what I was saying is that I don't believe it should ever go to that extent. But if you, I don't believe that. And believe me, we were all concerned, and I was like, I wasn't concerned for his children because his wife was there, because
right.
she was saying, and I have seen him on live with his children before where he wasn't like that. She was saying, go downstairs, you're scaring the kids. She was making him remove himself from the situation.
Right.
She is a good mom
And I
is taking
removed
care of his
myself
kids.
from the situation too.
Yes.
And
But
I've
man,
seen
and
him with
I
his
don't
fiance,
believe,
you know, she's not timid. You know what I mean? Like I feel
Yeah.
like she most likely can handle true love. You know what I mean? That's
Oh,
right.
she
But
she
I
would
am
kick
I've
my
never
ass.
seen him abuse
Yeah.
his children, or I've never seen his children in you know, a video where I felt like, you know, just from an outsider watching, I
If
never
you would have
felt
seen
like
this
they
video, you
were,
would have.
just
You would have.
because he was
I'm
mad
telling
and
you.
angry and yelling at the camera doesn't necessarily mean
It was violent.
anything about his
Who's
parenting.
talking right now?
That's Nicole.
Nicole.
But Mandy, let me just
Oh.
further explain. I do understand what
It's
you are
lagging.
saying. I do understand what you are saying. However, I do not personally believe in ever going real life unless you know for sure that there is harm coming to someone and you can go real life legally, which you would have done. CPS, that would have been the legal way to go if you needed to go. But why couldn't have just contacting someone close
Okay.
to him
Well,
instead of calling CPS on him, because you only have one snippet of information. You don't have anybody else. So if you had people in your
because
DMs saying you should call CPS, why don't you say, oh, well, you seem to know him. Why don't you call CPS? Because you didn't know Dan at this point. Or still don't. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like this is the point that we're kind of trying to make here.
I was just mentioning that.
You know, that
I was just mentioning that there's people that were in my messages saying that. I wasn't saying that that's the reason why I called CPS. I called CPS on my own terms. I do things myself. I think for myself, or put a battery in my back. So at the time, that's what I felt was the best. We can agree to disagree, but just because you guys or somebody else does things a certain.
But could you apologize to him and say you felt that it was wrong, and maybe Dan, you apologize for being a racist pig to her in Hell Chat, because you were. I mean, you were rude to her. You were gross.
I didn't actually necessarily say a racist derogatory thing, but I did like hint towards things that I knew would piss her off. I never said a racist term to her. And if you actually do go back in Hell Chat, I never actually said a racist thing. I said things that were going to piss her off, but it was just to piss her off.
was that said before she called CPS, or was it said afterwards?
Oh, well, I realistically do not know because I didn't get CPS or the police banging on my door
Oh,
until months later. So I realistically don't even know when she even called, but I know when the threat was made.
Talk to you.
I know when the threat. Well, I'm sorry, I'm probably lagging on my phone. But
I'm getting you at the right times.
yeah,
You're not
I don't know.
lagging at me.
I'm not trying to overtalk if someone's trying to talk though.
No.
But no, I just know that for a fact
I'm
that
sorry. So it
I
just
know
went
when the
out out of
threat was
nowhere.
made. What?
Happens.
I'm
Wi-Fi
sorry.
signals drop. So
Oh
Mandy,
my
I
God,
I
why is
asked
it doing that?
Mandy, I
When I
asked
wanna freaking talk.
Mandy, I asked Dan if he would apologize to you for being a pig, if you would apologize to him for calling CPS, because I mean, or if you're sorry, because it was. I mean, I know
I'm
you do
willing to
things differently.
apologize to Dan, but this is lagging. I don't even know who's talking like very moment. I don't know if I'm responding to somebody talking, but this is crazy. I think it's my
It's
phone.
just
So
yeah.
oh,
You're
okay,
the
now
only
it's
one
good. Now
talking
it's
right now.
good. All right. So yeah, I'm willing to apologize to Dan. Dan, I am sorry for how my actions and stuff. If you're a good dad, I'm happy you're a good dad. I'm glad that you know take care of your children very well and they're in good hands. I'm happy for that. I don't think drinking makes somebody a bad parent at all. But I didn't know if the children were in good hands. So I am sorry for doing that and I shouldn't have done that. Um and I mean that.
Well, I mean, I guess if anything, that
And
good that came
people
out of it
say
is that
man,
Go ahead.
you shouldn't have gone real life. It's like it wasn't done with intent. Like it wasn't done with malicious intent. Yeah, don't go real life when you have like you say like you don't get along with somebody and you're fighting with somebody and starting to get back at them in that way. Then yeah, that's fucked up. You shouldn't be doing that. That's going real life or whatever. That's something to like really feel shitty about. But like on me, where my heart was at and what I was thinking and why I did what I did. Not one person here can do that. So I know why I did what I did. So please, I don't need anybody telling me wasn't genuinely concerned because I was. And
Nobody
I'm
said you
happy
weren't
that
genuinely
what I
concerned.
thought
Nobody
was
said that.
wrong
And you know
and
what?
that
And I'll be
Dan's a
the
good
first
father.
to
I'm
admit,
happy.
I'll
I'm
be the
sorry.
first to admit there's a lot of fucked up people in this fucking world. So I actually
I never said
do
any.
understand like your concern, I guess. But like just to jump to conclusions the way that you did as quick as you did, just from one little thing, like had me genuinely pissed off, I guess, you know? And I do understand there are bad people, there are bad parents, there are, you know, parents that do malicious, horrible freaking things to their kids. And I know that's real. That's a real thing that happens in real life. So I guess I understand that, but I don't think I even portrayed that even in the live because when I was asked to go downstairs and get myself out of the situation, I did. And it's very apparent from the very, I mean, it's still on YouTube. It's on Mr. Foz's Facebook channel that I went downstairs and I left the situation because I was obviously being, you know, a disruption to my children. And I realized that like even during my rant and my rage, I went downstairs and
Right.
I took myself out of the situation.
Mandy keeps getting disconnected. I want to say something too while we still have I don't know 40 or 41 people. So Lindsay, apparently after I sent Lindsay things today showing her what happened to the fundraiser, what happened with what was going on for Elizabeth. All right, and everybody knows after what happened with Taylor, with the fake death and all that shit, that the fundraiser was shut down. All right. And if everybody here is a member in these groups or in Real Line, I did kick Christy out of the group today. I'm going to go ahead and address that. It's because there's inconsistencies in the story that Christy is giving out. There's just inconsistencies that don't add up. And I'm sorry, it may just be that she's not remembering things right or whatever. I just think that it's best that since she did say she does not know the haunt community, she said herself she wasn't a part of this community. She was brought into this community by Josh Taylor. She didn't know any of us, and she didn't care anything about the haunt community. Then it's real easy to walk away from it now and not be a part of it and not have this overshadow anything for Elizabeth. Because we're never going to let this go. We're going to remember this for years if we stay in this years, or God, I hope I'm not in this for years.
I mean, this is you're going to be in it for years, even if you leave Facebook altogether. This is going to stay with you.
Yes, you're always going to remember. Remember the guy 5 years ago that faked his death? This is going to be some shit. So
yes, Katie, it was a fake death.
Alessa is being drugged through the mud and saying she's a liar. Everything she did was for selfish reasons. Her the donations are bullshit because she didn't just give cash. All right, the donations that Alessa personally did herself, and I told Lindsay that. Lindsay said, "What happened to the gift cards?" That Alessa did a video showing gift cards on the video, and her son was helping. And Lindsay messaged me and asked, "What happened to those donations on those gift cards?" Okay, those were not donations. Those were Alessa's personal funds put on gift cards and sent to Christy. Christy claims she never got them. That's bullshit. Because I remember asking Christy via a live, and I can't find it. It may have been just a call between us. I don't know. I can't find this. But I said, they want to know if you got the gift cards yet. Did you receive them? And she said, yes. That was on a video, and I can't find it. I don't know where it went. But anyway, so Alessa's being drugged through the mud. She already had the gift cards sent to her. They were sent to her the day after that video was done because it was around the time of Alessa's birthday. For her birthday, Alessa did this and sent those gift cards. All right. Alessa turned off the fundraiser. When I first talked to Alessa Sunday morning after all this stuff with JT come out, I told Alessa, this is not going to go well. Something's got to be done. So she lowered the amount of the fundraiser so that it would shut off. And she also changed the date and extended it out to the 18th. Because as it stood, if the fundraiser had kept going, it ended on the 10th. And the mother, Christy, would have got the money 6 days later after it ended. So Alessa extended it and lowered the amount. That way donations would cease. All right. Alessa went in when all this came to light and turned off, like deactivated the fundraisers. I've got proof. I've seen it. She canceled the fundraiser and emailed Facebook or sent Facebook support a message to refund all the money. She doesn't have control over the money going back. It goes back automatically to the payment method used to send the money. The amount, none of that stuff can be edited. Whatever amount you sent, you get back. All right.
What was that app? What was the app?
It was Facebook. It was a Facebook donation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So on that live, apparently right now that they're talking on, that's what's going on. And I just wanted to say that before we get off that.
Did Alessa send it? Did Alessa send it like certified mail?
No, and I told her.
Did she have tracking?
I told her yesterday, I was like, man, I wish you'd have sent that certified because now you don't have proof.
Even like flat rate, because with tracking. Why wouldn't she do that though with $1,500 worth of gift cards? Why wouldn't she do that?
Like she said, she didn't think about coming to this. Like she didn't.
I know, but I would still $1,500 worth of gift cards I'd be sending with a way to track them.
Regardless, wouldn't she have gotten a receipt from the post office either way, no matter how she sent it?
Well, if she sent it in like a birthday card or a card,
right,
not birthday card. It was Alyssa's birthday.
Oh, but, yeah, if she just dropped it in a box. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're saying that Christy
says she has a receipt in Taryn's car.
Getting anything?
Okay, she said she's got a receipt in Taryn's car. So maybe she did send it from the post office and just not certified. But they're dragging her. They're dragging her a new one over there, and it's not right. Like I've seen where she canceled the fundraiser and lowered the amount because it was after me and her talked about it. She went right then and did it.
So Christy's lying about receiving
donations.
Yeah, she's saying she didn't get the gift cards, and she told everybody she did.
Pink, I think she said that Alessa did not scan. Alessa said she sent them and she has a receipt in Taryn's car for mailing them out on her birthday.
Yeah.
And but Christy is claiming that she didn't get any of them.
Because actually, I didn't think about it until my wife brought it up that somebody asked about the gift cards, and I turned around and said it because Christy didn't hear me. And I said, they want to know if you received the gift cards. And she said, yes. If anybody knows where that's at, please point it out, because that was asked. I don't know if it's in one of Taylor's videos that he, erased or what. I don't know. I can't find it. I tried to find it. May be in a video I overlooked. I just don't know exactly what timestamp it would be on.
Hey, JM, can you link the YouTube video on Foz's channel with the confession? Katie F in comments said he faked his death for money. No, he faked his death because he said he needed to buy himself time to go to the police station.
Yeah.
Because only dead men can go to the police station, apparently. You have to be dead a specific amount of time before you can go file a report at the police station, I think. I mean, because that's what he was saying, right? Like, and do you guys love?
That's what he said, and he got it all wrong.
Yeah, I watched his live.
So,
and I just loved how he kept saying, "You should have all known this. You should have known it was all bogus because of this." And we're like, but none of us, after our initial shock, we all did know it was bogus. We just didn't spread it all over the place because the potential for it not being bogus and being very harmful, that would be very, very harmful to people.
I'm a little behind the curve on this one. Like, so he
watch
faked
this video.
his death, which I pretty much
the video.
The video
I knew it off the bat. I told Jonathan that it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
KDF, you got to go watch. Okay, so he was going to go after Justin Wolfstar for posting somebody on the little girl Elizabeth's picture, porn or something. I mean, it's very convoluted. There's so many layers to this that it's like it is the best 7-layer drama dip ever.
God.
So
turns out he misread the message, and it wasn't even
misread the message. But then I do think Wolfstar might have doctored his message to him about the bagels.
Yeah. And Alessa, I did just go through like telling what happened with you. So I don't know if you may have just got here, but
yeah, Alessa, I don't think that you scammed anyone. I don't think that you did anything. I think that Christy was lying on that live that we did with her because so many things that she was saying were inconsistent or she was contradicting herself. Poor Katie F in here is like, why bagels?
Yeah, like on your channel, the live that was deleted that Taylor did, her internet was fine. She was able to sit there with Taylor and blast Justin or whoever for how long, and no problems with the internet. But yesterday we couldn't even get one question answered. Not even one. Not one question got answered because every time somebody asked, oh, it cut out. You got to come back. I'm sorry, I got dish Wi-Fi or whatever. Like, not even one question.
Allie, I don't think Alessa, Allie, I see so many different names for you right now. So it's like, so Alessa, I don't think that you're scamming. I think you have done so much good for that little girl because you did raise money and you did get her. She got gifts and she got attention and she got, she got praise and she got to be treated really nicely. But I don't believe her mother is scamming in the way that people like a Munchausen type thing. That little girl had a port in her chest. That little girl was in a hospital. I know that you can fake some things. Munchausen's by proxy, by the way, usually starts with a childhood illness that the parent then drags on and on and on and on. It
Yeah, like
doesn't
look at the
usually come
Gypsy
from
Rose. The
yeah,
Gypsy
it
Rose
doesn't
story.
usually come from nowhere. You know, it's just that they convince the doctors. But this, you can't fake cancer. No, they don't put chemo, which is poison, into a child because the parent says she has cancer. They do tests, you know. So she is sick. So I don't think Christy is scamming like people think she might be scamming. I think she doesn't know how to say, I need money to live, you know,
Yeah.
instead of I need money to pay the doctor's bills. I need money to live. But there are things that I will say to Karen and Andrea and other people. There are some things that state Medicaid, I didn't hear her say federal Medicaid, you know, I don't know. There are some things that if the insurance does not deem them necessary, that they will not cover even if you choose to have them.
Right.
Sometimes anesthesia is one of those because a lumbar puncture can be done without anesthetics.
Oh,
It
it's horrible
hurts,
too. God, that's
but it
horrible.
can be done.
Oh,
It
it
can be
hurts.
done. Yeah, it hurts, but it can be done. And if insurance says, sorry, this could be done
Yeah,
without this, the
you're out of
patient
luck.
has to pay for that. But
And
I'm
this is sent yesterday at 9:04 to Laura from Christy about the gift cards. 2
okay.
weeks
What's it
later.
say?
All right, it says, and this is kind of cutting into the middle, half Jay's live and that it was a lie, but also have to tell her, which Elizabeth is the her, that her two friends, or who she thought was friends because they blocked me, aren't sending the money or the Visa gift cards and the Amazon card for her to get her loft bed and her Barbie shoes. Like she's talking about Taryn and Alyssa there.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was yesterday. This was done 2 weeks ago with the gift card stuff. So I mean, she's telling, and then in my group, she put up a post asking about a bed. If
Yeah, in my
somebody would
group too.
donate a bed. So I mean, there's just things that, you know, there's inconsistencies all around, and that's what. And I don't know if she's getting confused on stuff, but she's got to know that money's already spent. Like she's already got the cards, and now she's telling Laura that, you know, they're not coming.
Right. Well, hopefully Alessa can show that.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I
If you
blocked her
have
too,
that,
Alessa.
yeah, send it to me, and I'll get it to whoever the hell wants to say that shit.
So did you tell her 2 weeks ago? Did you say the gift cards are on the way, and then she never mentioned it again? Like she never said, "Oh, they haven't come." Paula, we're talking about state insurance. We're talking about Medicaid, which usually covers everything. But I can tell you there are different. I know she probably has full coverage Medicaid, but I had full coverage Medicaid with my son. Okay, when I was pregnant with him because my husband lost his job, and I had full coverage. I was in the hospital for 5 weeks, and there was stuff that they did not cover, and there was stuff with his birth that I had to fight for them to cover because they denied it. So it's not always so cut and dry.
Yeah,
And
like
that.
when my daughter was born years ago, when Grace is 19, so this that many years ago. When she was born, we had Medicaid because we were a young couple starting out, didn't have, you know, a lot of money, and they covered the birth and all that stuff. But if we wanted an amnio to find out the sex, that if we wanted the 3D ultrasound, which was brand new at the time and cost like $3,000, we had to pay for all that out of pocket. They wouldn't cover it, but the necessities they covered 100%. The birth was covered 100%.
Right.
All that
Yep.
stuff.
Same
No,
with me. Same
you
with
want to
me.
hear something funny? My son was born 9 weeks early, 9 weeks premature in the hospital that I was in for 5 weeks before 5 weeks, yeah, 5 weeks before he was born, and he stayed in the hospital for 6 weeks. So the insurance, like I said, I got my husband lost his job early on in my pregnancy, and then I went onto bed rest, and then I went into the hospital pretty soon after. He had to stay home with my daughter to take care of our daughter, you know, because there was nobody else to take care of her. And we actually had to end up moving in with my mom while I was in the hospital. But I get this bill when he's like 2 weeks old. And one of the reasons that they denied one of the things was because my son's primary care provider
had not referred him to that hospital. And I
Oh
was like,
my.
my uterus is his primary care provider. And my uterus referred him
No
directly
shit.
into that hospital. It was funny. I had to fight them. I had to fight state Medicaid. So it
God.
can happen.
Yeah,
It
my
can
son
happen.
was in NICU for 13 days, and he was on our insurance. I worked at a Honda plant then, and he was on really good insurance, and we got a $130,000 bill because they messed up and didn't cover him at first. And I had to fight with him to get him to go back and pay all that $130,000 for the 13 days he was in NICU. Oh God, that was
Yeah.
horrible.
My son was in NICU for 6 weeks. So
That's horrible.
I couldn't imagine. I fought them because I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to pay for 6 weeks of NICU, you know?
That is expensive. That's some round the clock care. That's like hospice care. It's round the clock, 24/7.
Yep. Yep. He was on
Oh man, I
he was
hated NICU.
intubated. Yeah.
Reagan
It was
Reagan was
terrible.
in
Hey,
NICU.
so salute to both of you. That's crazy. Yeah, that's
Reagan
wild.
Reagan was in there, and I hate to drift off into stories because we get off track. But Reagan was in NICU. I'll make it quick. We were there for 10 days, and on the third day, the second or third day, they brought in a baby. There was nobody with this baby. They just brought this baby in across the hall from us, and it was like the big round room with the desk and like kind of in the middle. It was a little bit different angle, but you could see straight across the hall. So we saw him bring the child in. Nobody with this child. Nobody came and checked on this child. We were there all that day, and we seen that baby come in that morning, and nobody ever came up that evening before we left. We had to come home that night, come back the next morning. The room was empty. And when I found out what happened, it fucking tore me up. I'm talking about I went and hid and cried because the doctors had to make the decision to turn the machines off on the baby because the parents
Oh.
were both drug addicts. Nobody was coming to be with that baby. And it was
Jesus.
like it was just fucking horrible. And my daughter's laying up there, and I'm like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Like,
Well,
I'm sorry. I
you
went
do
off.
apparently. We don't understand. I mean, you know drug addiction though, JM. So like it makes you do
Yeah.
fucked up shit
And
sometimes.
they
But yeah,
finally,
let's get back to trashing on those bitches over in
oh
that
man,
other line. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Let's stop talking about meaningful, moving stories. But yes,
Oh
Christy,
man,
I
yeah.
believe Christy was lying about something, but at the end of the day,
Move on.
the people were not giving to Christy, even though Christy was getting the money. Do you really think that that child was not benefiting from any of it?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
yes,
she was
maybe
definitely.
Christy was going to get her nails done, but who really fucking cares? Maybe she was going to get herself, maybe she didn't want to say that she needed to get a new car because her car's a piece of shit. She didn't want to tell
Right.
people that, but a car is a
Mhm.
necessity too, you know? Maybe
Some
she didn't
things are
want to say
embarrassing.
lots of things.
The lights are going to be cut
Yeah.
off this
Right.
week or whatever.
Gas
Like
money,
that, nobody wants to
anything.
say that.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better to say, I need help for these medical bills. And yes, it's not
Yeah.
truthful, but people get to decide, like we said last night, people get to decide where they spend their money, where they donate their money.
Right.
And I didn't tell anybody on that live to be careful where you donate your money. I mean, obviously do, but do your research. I mean,
Yeah.
do ask questions. If you don't think it's legitimate, you don't want to donate, don't donate, but don't sit there and down other people for doing it. And don't down and don't try to detract from the whole. I mean, this whole thing, the drama in this group, the fact that Justin Wolfstar was involved in anything where he has been silent for so long is why JT faked his death and why nobody trusts Christy now.
Yep.
All of that. And because we've got this group over here that is dead set on exposing anybody for every little thing that has nothing to do with them.
And I already know.
Nobody was raising money in that group.
No, I already know
So-
Lindsay, like what Lindsay said. Lindsay was on there saying how much she had talked to me and all the things she had told me already. And yeah, she told me stuff Sunday, trying to get me to do something Sunday, like a live. Wanted to say something about Christy, wanted to do something and let people know, like, no, it's like, no, we don't even know if any of this stuff's true. Like, you're just finding different things posting on JT's sister's Facebook post or something. Like, no, like it's not the time. You know, it's just it's not like trying to go after these people. And okay, let's say something did happen. We're all gonna feel like shit. So let's just wait and make sure we've got all the ducks in a row
And that we
and
feel
find
like
out for
shit
sure.
for a reason, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe
I mean,
a little
nobody
less
wanted to
like
know.
shit.
I mean, I think everybody was kind of hoping the same thing. And it sucks to say this. Hope he's dead, but I hope he's not dead.
Yep.
Like, you know,
Well,
everybody.
that's what I was just getting ready to say, John. I was talking to Courtney Lowe, because I was like, well, no, I guess she had messaged me initially, but then anyways, it kind of evolved into like, hey, I heard fucking Josh Teller's fucking dead, and I kind of called bullshit. Like I was talking to you earlier the same day about it. I'm like, I call bullshit, but then she like made a very good fucking point. Because you know what? I don't respect people that like, claim this or that, especially when it comes to life and death. But she said she brought up a very good point. She said he might as well be fucking dead because if he's alive, I've already lost his fucking respect. So we might as well fucking, mourn for him now because if he claims to be alive, then sorry, you're already fucking dead to me, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But
You
I
can't
didn't
That's
bring
how I
him
want him to be
back.
dead.
That's exactly
I didn't
how
want
I
him to be
see it.
dead, not because of me, but because of his son. His wife apparently
Right.
was in on it, so I guess I don't really have any feelings about. I didn't want I lost my husband 18 years ago. My children were small, and it's not fucking fun. And I would give anything for that to be a lie, for him to have faked it, even 18 years later, for him to have fucking walk in and be like, it wasn't me. I'd love it. That would be fucking
Hey,
amazing.
April
I mean, I'd be
Fools.
pissed. Yeah, April Fools. April Twitter, 2020 Fools. Like maybe he'll rise from the dead, but
And then and
like
Lindsay
it's
was also sending me shit about his wife, like
oh
her
my
her
god,
record and stuff. And I'm like, that's not
what?
even part of this. Like,
So
okay, I
he
didn't
was
tell you that.
doxing. Well, okay, sorry. No, we didn't tell the whole world that. No. So, but
Like,
here's the
no,
thing: is Lindsay is just about. Lindsay wants. Um, I. She wants. She wants credit for everything. She says I need to be right, but she needs to get credit. She needs to get credit. I don't know why.
Relevant.
and I don't
She needs to
like
be
it's a narcissism thing.
none of us have like planned this
Maybe.
to be okay. Let's go live when she does. Like when I found out she
No.
was going live was earlier today, Nicole. Like,
Mhm.
and then when I found out what she was doing to you, you were talking to my wife and I was talking to Tommy, and then I think Tommy said something about you would feel more comfortable going live with me.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, okay, well, we'll do a live. And then I kind of bounced it around. It's like, well, let's do it at the same time because they're going to destroy anybody on that live. They're going to blast you right off the bat because
Yep.
you're not there. So let's go ahead and set it up for the same time. That way you get your shit out there and people can just listen to whatever they want to listen to.
Exactly. And like,
You-
of course, everyone's gonna. I mean, shit. I want to watch it. You know what I mean? Like, of course, like it's anyone's gonna want to watch that.
Oh, she's irate with me. I know she is because I went live the same time. That was the very first thing she had something to say about.
And she's probably pretty pissed that you didn't
Show
include her yesterday
Yep,
Oh,
for
she is.
the live. That it was her idea because
Told me as much.
you have never gone live before, JM, ever.
No,
That was all her idea for you to go live.
yeah, told me in private that as much. Like, I'm like, well, I mentioned it and it was not the best idea.
No, I personally, and I will say this out loud to everybody, I will not even give an inkling of the idea that I support Lindsay in anything, And JM, remember when you first came, when I went onto your ladder, you first came back onto the good side because you were on the dark side for a while, I'm sorry to say. I'm just kidding. It is the dark side over here. But when we started talking again, when you messaged me and Foz, and we started talking again, and I went on your live with Melissa, and one of the things she said is like, "Oh, Holly's in bed with JM," and I'm like, "I had not forgiven JM. I had not like
We
we had
hadn't even
had
talked.
conversation. We had like had a few conversations, very, very little bit, but I can smooth things over, and I can be an adult, right? But because I was on there, it gave an inkling of being on us in cahoots together, working together, right?
Yeah, of
So what
course.
would a live with me on with Lindsay do? It would make
Yeah.
people think me and Lindsay were making up for the greater good. No way in hell. No way in hell will I ever throw that girl a inkling of my support. Not after what she did last week. Not after what she did. There's no way. Like I can
And
say,
it,
I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care what's going on in your relationship. Other people should stay out of it. Other people should stay out of your real life. We're on a Facebook page. Everything they can say, I'm a hypocrite because I say Kimberly Dawn Kim S. Schwisky because I say
Swisky.
her full last name because that's doxing. No, it's not. It's because I found her alt in McCamey Manor rejects, and her alt's name has Kimberly Swisky in it, and we know Kim S and Don Kim are the same person. It was all found on Facebook, guys. I didn't have to dox anyone. So that's not doxing. What Teller did last night was doxing, though. That was for sure doxing.
Yeah, when I cut
Yeah.
him off,
So,
he was
Well,
about to
well,
shout a phone number.
so I will tell you, Lindsay,
can,
don't
can
be mad at anybody but me sorry, and then I'll shut up, for telling JM I would not get on a live with you. And so maybe you should think, Lindsay, that maybe it's not that about credit. Maybe it's that some people just don't want to work with you because you are out of you're just out of bounds. I mean, you're just off the rocker nowadays. But I didn't want to throw any idea that people thought I was on your side about anything. And I don't have to rethink how I think about Christy because I think about Christy how I think about Christy. And people were already behind the scenes looking into the JT thing. So you didn't have any what you did was not more that you didn't tell us anything. You didn't have anything we didn't already know. Maybe
No,
about Christy, but we were talking about Christy at that time. God, she gets under
I
my
was
skin
looking
almost
it
as
up.
much as Angela.
Oh, they're
I,
so proud of themselves. They're
I
so
was
proud of
looking
themselves.
up that picture
I'm
by the
sure.
time the live ended.
Right.
I mean,
I mean,
you know,
you can tell
and it
by the
wasn't
way
with
you
anybody.
reacted. The way you reacted when you saw it was, oh my God. And of course, we're going to believe it because we have fucking hearts.
Yeah,
We are not these monsters that question. I mean, I questioned everything. But when somebody tells me somebody died, my first instinct is not bullshit. It's
right.
not my
It's
first
human
instinct
nature, you know.
to like
Well,
be
when I
shocked.
when I first heard about it, like I was working that day and I couldn't get it out of my head. And I had talked to John a little bit earlier in the day, and then me and Courtney Lowe started texting, and kind of like conflicting, like we were bouncing ideas off of each other, and the more I kept thinking about it, and I even initially, talked to John. I'm like, dude, this is bullshit. I don't think this is true. Like, I felt in my heart like that, like, but I couldn't get it out of my head that like if he was really dead, like I just couldn't get it out of my head. It bothered me, like just the idea of it. It bothered the hell out of me, and it's
Well,
because
I
we're all
I know
human.
that Holly.
We feel emotion, and like whether we're enemies or we're friends or whatever, I think we genuinely like we're still human at the end of the day, and we care about whether we want to believe it or say it out loud or not. We do care about the well-being of other people, and at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah. I mean, I know Holly can sympathize with me and anyone else who's been through something like this, but like my dad was a victim of a hit and run. And like that this stuff really does happen. I mean, he survived, thank
Yeah.
God. But like, just when you think that something can happen to you, or these things aren't, like, my first reaction is not gonna go to think like, oh, they're lying, or because I've been in that situation where I'm like, holy shit, this is happening to me and my family. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just when you
And
think,
it's
yeah.
and it's always, I mean, it really is, there really is something to be said about timing. You know what I mean? Like shit like that does
Yeah.
happen where you
Yep.
say something to somebody and you didn't, and then the next thing you know, they're dead and you never get to talk to them again.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that happens.
Yep.
So that
All
the
the time.
fact that he was so heated, and I know he doesn't drink, and I knew that. But when he came on and said, oh, he's a bad drunk, he was decided to go drink, I thought maybe all of the shit has
Pushed
just
him over the
gotten
edge.
to him, which then made me think, holy shit, did we do this? Like, is our group, but then I'm like, you know what? No, everybody's grown adults. And if they can't walk away, they need to, but then I was like, when I started to like question it a little bit, and I think I was on the phone with Melissa when we started to be like, is this not real? It was kind of like, then it was like I was going through these like up and down, like, like I want him to be alive, and I won't be pissed because I just want him to be alive, and it wasn't for me. I want him to be alive for his son. He's not that close to me, but I just didn't want him to be dead. And then it was like, but then like right before I fell asleep, I started to get pissed because then it was like, just like, I think this is a lie. I'm pretty sure this is a lie. That's really fucked up. Why would they lie about something like that? And then how much does everybody know? And then, but then to me, it didn't matter how much anybody knew.
No.
The only thing that mattered, well, it did matter what Christy knew because Christy was lying to people all day, but it didn't matter to me if his sister knew, or if his fucking brother knew, or if his mom knew, or if his wife even knew. It mattered to me that he told Alessa and pinned on her to hold that burden.
Especially when he knew.
I needed
Christy
your
was lying.
reaction. I needed your reaction. It was golden. That was so sick.
So
sick.
I feel like there's no remorse behind it.
No, he's not remorseful.
And I mean, that shows a lot.
Well,
he's
he came
angry.
on and said, surprise, motherfuckers. And I'm like, none of us are surprised.
No.
Right?
He was so mad at Justin Wolfstar to do something like that. Like, no, he's not remorseful for anything.
There were red flags all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there were.
But but just like everybody else in the world, well, maybe not in the world, but just like everybody else, sometimes red flags don't look red to everybody. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so sometimes we need a little bit of perspective, and sometimes hearing that somebody died in such a sudden, unexpected, tragic way, in such a dramatic filled situation, transports, like I said, and like Foz and I posted, send somebody back into a time of like their own unspeakable grief. And so, and it's a hard place to be, to just, even though it's not happening to me right now, I am transported back to this moment. And so you just can't process things right. And so Lindsay and Alexis and all of them can make fun of me and Revisited and the Pie Group all they want for being human. But I would rather be made fun of for being human than be heartless fucking cows. I'm sorry. I mean, cows have bigger hearts.
Oh, me too, without a doubt.
The law, the way the law works, yes, it's illegal to do this kind of thing if you're doing it for fraud. If you're trying to fraud an insurance company out of money or something, doing it on Facebook, the law don't care.
The cops
they don't care about that.
No, you could.
It's just Facebook.
Yeah, saying I died.
Who's Johnny Knoxville?
Paula.
That's Paula.
Oh.
And he does need help, but as far as legal goes, there's nothing illegal about what he did. It's sad and it sucks and it's a shitty thing to do, but it's nothing illegal.
He had me kind of like not convinced with the first post because I doubt him. Yeah, I doubt him and his wife both misspell heart the same way.
Yeah, that was one of the things I said to Melissa too.
Yeah.
Well,
But then I
my
was
first,
like, I don't know.
yeah, my first red flag was the timing because, you know, and I said this yesterday, when somebody dies, it takes a lot longer, like as far as like logistic wise. You're not going to know right away. Like his wife was not going to know within an hour. I'm sorry. It's just
No.
not. Like it's going to take several hours. There's an identification process. You're going to have a trooper, a certain trooper knock on your door. There's a designated officer for that to come and say, I'm sorry, there's been an accident, blah, 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 whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
you still have other things to do before you can jump in a Facebook group and start telling all the people in a Facebook group about it.
Well, right.
Is that the first thing you're going to do?
Itself.
Right.
But to be honest, I thought I didn't know what to believe, but at the same time, I didn't really believe the car accident story. Because Christy had told me that she did talk to Tina and Tina was in distress and she was leaving for the hospital. I was afraid that he might have, God forbid, tried to hurt himself.
Yeah.
And there are circumstances where it can be found out quickly. But in the kind of wreck that they were showing, or she was showing, whoever he was showing, no, that involved more than one person. There's going to be serious injuries, you know, to somebody, if not deaths on both sides. There's going to be, you know, her homicide detectives, you know, doing investigation. Like it's just, there's a lot of things that go on, and it like we keep scenes blocked off for hours, and we hate it, but it's all part of it. Because we're there for at least 6 hours when we have a wreck like the one that he said he was in. It's 4
I have
to
to
6
back
hours.
out, guys. I can't hear anybody.
Okay.
So somebody said
Yeah,
in
I
the
had to do
comments
this. I had to do
they're
the same
attacking-
thing.
They're going after Christy now in the other live. So I mean, at
They're
least
just
they did
so
wait.
proud of themselves.
They did wait at least 2 days. I mean, Lindsay was wanting to do this Sunday, like right after I got done with my live. You know, she was telling me things about Christy and all these negative things, and it just wasn't the time because we still didn't even know if he was telling the truth. Like everybody had a lot of doubt. We all had doubt. Nothing concrete. Nobody had anything concrete until Alessa got a phone call from him, and he said, I needed your reaction. It was golden. To make it work, he needed Alessa's reaction, but it was golden.
And he said he was an actor, you know. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
He was a bad one.
And, you know, I did say, you know, that's going to make us look stupid. It's going to make us look dumb. But like what Holly said before, I'd rather look dumb than look like a heartless wench. I'm sorry. You know?
You almost done with you live?
It sucks that we're even going, like, we're dealing with this. Like, this is not something I ever dreamed would be doing on a live. Like,
no.
Hey, guess what? Somebody faked their death.
Whoa, somebody just said Christy is going to go on the other live.
What?
Good for her. Good for her. I mean, seriously though, if they want to go, I mean, not good for her because they're going to fucking tear her apart.
Yeah, they are.
But you know, I mean, but good for her to defend herself if she wants to defend herself. Good for her.
Well,
It's
you see,
not
like,
gonna
I
turn out
understand,
well.
like, anybody would want
Yeah.
to defend themselves.
Hey, Nicole.
Yes.
Just to let you know, Alexis's little sister wants a live with you. She said you had, yeah, she wants to go on a live with you. I guess that's the new squaring up in 2020 because you know social distancing and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she wants to go on a live with you for having her name in your mouth.
Tell her in her
Oh.
in her dreams.
She ain't worth my time.
You know,
Somebody will tell her.
She
I
is
was-
the
She'll
biggest
listen to this later.
bully. She is irrelevant.
How old is she?
She's an idiot. Okay? She's just, oh, God.
Uh,
Well,
God.
Alexis is like
she's 30,
35.
but-
I don't see how Alexis and them can call me like all these names and disparage me for being old when their mom has to be older than me and is on Facebook like trashing people all day.
right?
So like,
Well, are
so
they
like, it's
are they
cool for your
relevant?
mom to do it. Yeah, no, they're totally relevant.
right?
I mean, Justin Wolfstar though happens to be the most relevant person because of the number of people in his group. Just so you know,
Yeah,
so
that
many.
must have cost them a pretty penny.
Yeah, they're all alts. I
Oh,
think
so
most of them
many.
are double,
Yep.
triple alts, and it's only because people search McCamey Manor and they find McCamey Manor exposed. Nearly like a bunch of my newer members all have one group, run other group, and it's McCamey Manor exposed. So thank you, Justin.
Yeah, hell, I did when I came to Revisited. I was briefly in that group. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna show this right quick. This
Uh-oh,
is
tea time.
a message Alexis sent me out of the blue for no reason yesterday at 11:59
Is it
a.m.
in the blue or was it out of the blue? Like,
No,
what's her
my
message?
messages are blue. My last message to her was on June 30th to come on the panel, the pre-tour show, the Firecracker pre-tour show. And I got a call, so Taryn had to do that panel for me because we were backstage, and I said, "Hey, I got to run this scene." It was a supposedly fire call, but somebody was shooting fireworks, and it was a false call, false alarm. But I got that call, said I couldn't be on. That was the last message. I never blocked her after the Firecracker tour. Never said anything about her. Didn't have anything to say to her. Told me that her and David would accept all apologies in the form of donations and descendant sheets. I don't know what that is. That was
The
yesterday.
sheets like you sent, the descendant sheets, like the sheets that you sent to Elizabeth.
Oh. So okay, yeah. So that's what she sent me yesterday. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
say that her apology is going to be in the toilet beneath my turds, like what she told Russ about his apology
Oh
video he
yeah,
wanted
but
for his dolls.
I thought that was really like her. Why is pooping not a high priority for her? Like why would she say that that an apology to Russ was lower than her priority for pooping? I mean, of course, because pooping is a high priority. You have to poop. It's human nature. So
I
that
read
was
a book when
weird.
I was a kid. It's called Everybody Poops.
It's true.
So
Everybody does poop. I mean, I guess some ladies don't poop, but I'm not a lady, so I don't know about
no,
that.
I don't think
Huh?
girls fart though. I don't think they're supposed to fart. I don't know.
That's why we're
Oh,
so
girls
angry.
definitely fart.
No, that's why we're so angry, Michael.
She
Because we
She got
Yeah,
a
they don't
bottle it
fart
bottle.
all
enough.
in.
She's
shit,
going up the
Melissa's ran me
record.
out of the room with some of hers. For real.
Oh,
I'm just roasting.
yeah.
No.
You
I've done the same
guys,
though.
equal rights. That's why y'all think I'm a feminazi, because I want y'all to know the women poop and fart.
So I have a question,
Uh,
and I'm
Yes.
not trying to I'm not trying to derail anything, but I hopped onto this live kind of late into it. And we don't see Nicole O on lives very much. What did I miss? What's going on?
Oh
There you
man.
go.
So
Well,
yeah.
well,
Go
you
ahead,
know,
Nicole.
it's really the same shit, Michael. You know, it's really nothing new. Like they Lindsay had a hard on for me and Tommy because, you know, Alexis hates me. So um she pretty much said that she had intel with Alexis had intel with the Silvases, and that they told her that this specific person, I don't know who it is, she won't tell me, told her that on my tour Anthony got frisky with me and made a pass at me and whatever, and then it was all implied, and then they sent it to Lindsay, sent it to Tommy personally in a DM. Like, first of all, it's not true. Okay. And I even told Alexis, like, because I was still talking to Alexis and me and her were friends. I said, don't you think I would have told you that? Like, you know, I would have told you that. You know, so why are you now blasting these bullshit rumors and then getting in between my marriage and then sending the shit to him when you don't even have 100% proof? Your only proof, she goes, I have proof. What proof do you have? You don't have anything, you know? I'm just sick of it, Michael. I'm sick. I'm sick of it. It's disgusting. I'm sick of the way I asked a question. I said, you know, I asked, did David message Elizabeth? on one of her lives in YouTube, and she freaking attacked me. You know, saying that like I'm always starving to get, like, when am I starving to get attention? Why? Like, who are you, first of all, to tell anybody that they're not relevant? Okay.
Do you have your own? Do you have your own hate group
No.
No, here's what we're
directed
gonna
at
start
any other one
doing.
group?
Nope.
We're gonna
I mean,
start
to be
doing
fair,
this.
I set up a group that hated all other groups, so I really have no room to talk.
Yeah.
We're gonna start setting up these lives, and we're gonna say what they're gonna be about and what kind of tea is gonna be dropped, and then we're gonna
Right.
put up a Discord, and you're gonna have to pay $1 to get in and see it.
There you
Now set up an
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
There you go.
OnlyFans for my feet.
That's
That's
right.
what. You know, Lindsay did say that I should be. That she's surprised I'm not on OnlyFans
Oh,
scamming
God.
men out of their money. So, but why
I mean,
do
shit,
I do
that-
that
that
for
should
a
be
living? If I do that for a living, why do I need to get on OnlyFans to do it? I guess I could.
Double
I mean,
the
it's more
revenue.
money, right?
You
Double the
could,
revenue,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Right, why not?
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. Not
Right?
at
Th-
all.
this should
She
really
tries to
be
shade
like
me
the
for all
the
kinds of
topic.
things.
Now, I used to tell
It-
my teenage daughter, my 19-year-old, I would be kidding around with her, and I would say, "Hey, get on the internet and sell feet pictures." Until Taylor came into these groups, and I'm like, "Oh, I can't say that to my daughter no more
Well,
because there's a
she
guy in
could
here."
still. I'm just saying. Feed her. If she's got cute feet, let her sell them.
I had a
She
friend
doesn't.
who did
Uh,
I
that.
mean, you
She
do.
made a
You
lot of
can have
money.
her sell things like. I mean, my daughter tells me I should do this all the time because I have like 60 pair of Converse, and I think there's like maybe 2 pair that I wear ever. She tells me I should sell them, and I'm like, you know what I should do is I should get on OnlyFans, tell them I'll wear them for 30 days straight,
Oh,
just wear them for
wow.
30 days
Right.
straight,
Yep, with no
and sell
socks.
them for like $500
Oh,
or
God.
more. It would have
People
to be
will
more
buy
though
them.
because
I'm
I have a
telling you.
you got to
I
put
know.
that
know people do
good
it.
stank in there. You know,
Yeah.
put it
They
make
like
nice,
the
nice and
stank.
stinky.
especially
They
with
like
no
the stank.
socks. Yeah, just to get it
Every
nasty.
time Taylor was on a
Hey,
live, my wife would make it a point to come in here and prop up on my, like while we were live, she would prop her feet up in my lap.
You
She
didn't
would do
have
that on
hey,
purpose.
Oh, you
yeah.
told them?
no bullshit. He almost got me sold on feet when he posted up a picture of some chick with
Oh,
Skittle
God.
toenails. Like her toenails are painted like Skittles. I'm like, dude, those look
Aw,
tasty.
how cute. Everybody should be sold on feet. Feet are beautiful. Not everybody's feet are
When I
beautiful.
get guys like
Yeah, but they look kind of
strangers
alien
in,
too, though.
when I get
Feet?
strangers in my DMs asking for nudes and stuff, I send them pictures of old man's fungus feet. I just
Oh,
Google
God.
Nice. They're naked.
Yeah. It's skin.
They're bare.
I like
There's
that,
no
baby.
they don't got socks. They don't got feet clothes on them.
It's old wrinkly skin, but it's skin.
I need
Like,
now. You guys have
like
got me like
feet
thinking
with
I
no
need to go on
toenails.
OnlyFans. Ew, ew. That would be so weird.
They leave you alone. I'll tell you, it works.
All right. Are we done?
Are we done? Are we done? Are we gonna
Hold
all
on.
go?
Hold on.
Okay. Because Christy's on the other live.
We've drifted way off.
Mm-hmm.
It always happens.
That just shows what kind
Well-
of people we are. See, we're.
Okay.
Go ahead, Michael.
So I upgraded my Jason mask that I wore back in February. I should say
Uh-oh.
Melissa did.
Let's see it.
Nice. Melissa did
Look.
that.
This was a $1, one of those glossy white $1 cheap hockey masks that you get
No
at like the dollar
way.
store.
Mm-hmm.
And she worked on it for like 4 hours.
Wow.
Get
Damn.
up close.
So
Looks good.
Let me
Wanna see
zoom
the
in
details.
on
Now,
it. Hold
now
on.
I know why the beer guy's gonna come tomorrow, not tonight. He's like, fuck that. He's seen your shit. He's like, nope, I ain't
Oh,
delivering
wow.
beer tonight.
Cool.
I'll tell you something right now. Something like that.
Yeah, that's
If you
pretty-
were to go into a party store like Party City, I bought my
That's
brother a
badass.
Michael Myers mask. It was like $75.
God.
I
That was
Oh,
legit.
I told her this kind of mask would sell for probably $7,500.
Yep.
Why
Yeah.
don't you guys need to go to the dollar store?
She has a big old bunch of them.
Get a bunch of them. Get her a fucking Etsy horror shop. I tell her all the time. Get her on Etsy. Do her paintings. Do her. I mean, even like she has a picture that she did where she just messed. She did some makeup and she was wearing the green wig, and she was just messing with some filters, and it made it look like a painting, like this painting. And I'm like, you should sell that. She goes, why would somebody buy a picture of me? I'm like,
They would.
but it's not just because it's a picture of you. It's the artistic element of the picture of you.
Mhm.
Like just because it looks like this kind of like pop art, like Andy Warhol-esque kind of thing. And I'm like, just do it. Just take cool pictures of yourself with interesting makeup on, then fuck with the special effects and sell them as prints.
Absolutely.
People
She
are
could just print it
weird.
out and put it in a frame and then sell it to
Yeah.
them that way.
Or you can sell it as a digital print,
Oh yeah,
and then you
yeah.
can sell more of them. But people are weird. People
Yeah.
buy weird fucking shit.
They do though.
Just
They
look
really
around
do.
your house and see what
Oh.
weird shit you have.
And I'm telling you, Michael, if she were to do that, and like I know you said it takes like 4 hours, but I mean like I'm artsy too. I like doing that stuff too. I paint too. But like if you could go on just like Facebook forum and near your house and sell it to people who live around you. It's almost Halloween time. Like I said, masks like that go for $75. You cut like $20 off that,
I mean-
people will buy that. I'm not kidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I just
Especially
happened to
handmade.
I was
Sorry.
going through vinyls earlier. Like I was playing vinyl records earlier. I got a record player today that has Bluetooth and all that stuff. And went through vinyl. I found one
vinyl's so much
vinyl.
better.
Oh yeah, man. I've got a vinyl that was like, we looked it up on Amazon. It's selling for $500. I think it was Engelbert Humperdinck.
I
I got a bunch too.
I have a bunch of Beatles albums from the 60s.
Oh,
Wow.
they go for so much money.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. And I have them all like they're all like in those crates.
Oh yeah,
Sitting in,
yeah.
but I know, but I want to get a record player. Does it got some pretty good sound?
Yes.
I do have a small one, but I ordered it off of Amazon. I have not even opened
Here, look
it.
at this.
Like
I
bought-
have a original Pink Floyd too.
oh,
I have
man.
like
Love that.
I have like First Prince Pink Floyd too. And Led
Y'all,
Zeppelin.
Christy is going the fuck off on Alexis. Sorry, I didn't mean to
wow.
interrupt.
Put it up on the screen,
know.
JM.
Yeah, put it
Let's
up
have
on
a
I got
watch
it.
party.
I got it.
We're gonna not give them views by just
got it,
putting it up
JM?
on.
Yeah.
Who's got the popcorn?
Wait, that's not it. That's Foz's. Hold on. Let me get the right one. What is she saying? Did you hear some of it?
All I know is Melissa tuned into the live and just heard Christy going smooth the fuck off on Alexis,
All right.
like screaming.
I spoke to
Oh,
not on a cell phone.
I thought I
but-
heard the word fuck. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite words.
Messenger. But it was
Yes.
voice. You heard her voice.
Yes,
Okay.
I heard her voice.
Gotcha. Okay.
I then
Okay.
called my daughter. I then called my daughter Victoria because I didn't want Elizabeth to find out or see videos or anything. I wanted Vicky to keep Elizabeth away from Facebook. So I wanted my daughter not to go on Facebook while Elizabeth was around before she left to go to my mom's house.
Can I stop you real quick?
I did not know. I did not know
What
that
thing
my
is,
daughter
does she have a
Victoria.
profile on Facebook? Like, how would she find out on Facebook?
My Victoria has a profile on Facebook. Yeah, she's 20 years old. Of course she's gonna have a
I didn't
Facebook.
mean her. I thought you meant Elizabeth. I was like,
No,
how would she find out
Elizabeth
on
is
Facebook?
always over your shoulder. When you're on your
Okay.
phone, if she has a
Yeah,
chance
yeah.
and she's gonna see something, she's gonna be over your shoulder.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure.
Whenever you and Taylor were making all those threats the other night,
I wanna
if
ask
you
you
want her daughter to know, then why don't you make sure that
Keep going, Christine.
Thank you, Lindsay. I then called my daughter and I told my daughter, keep Elizabeth off Facebook. Don't go around Facebook. I didn't know she had me on speakerphone due to the fact that she was doing dishes.
Okay.
So when I told her, I got something I got to tell you, she said, what? I said, Jay was in a car accident. I was told he's dead. Elizabeth crumpled on the kitchen floor and was bawling her fucking eyes out, is what my daughter told me.
When did you talk to
Then-
her? Do you know? When you talked to Tina?
It was in the morning. I woke up. We stopped the live. I don't know what time he stopped the live because I got off before it ended because then it
Yeah.
started going on about some other shit that I have no part of.
Yeah, it went on.
Yes. I want to say it was sometime about 12:30, 1 o'clock. I could be mistaken about time.
Okay.
I can't go back and look because the application has been deleted. I can't see messages. Otherwise, I'd be more than happy to screenshot the call it came in, but it's
Okay.
not there, so I can't do it.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Sure.
Okay. So you also, said you spoke to Brandy, his sister, whether that's his real sister or whatever.
It's not his real blood sister.
Okay.
I'm going to straighten that fact out right now.
Right.
They have known each other since they were little. They are not blood.
And you go way back with her, correct?
I go back with her about 6 years.
Okay. Okay. So how can Brandy be hysterical and distraught if she helped him plan this?
I don't know if she helped him plan this. I can't speak for Brandy. I could speak for how I heard her, and I could speak for what I heard. But I cannot speak if she helped plan. I can't make any of them an accusation.
Okay, let me.
I have no clue.
Okay, you're right. Let me rephrase it. So you're saying though that Brandy was distraught and hysterical when she talked to you.
Yeah, she sounded like she was on repeat mode, is what she sounded like to me. Like she was repeating the same thing over and over and over again.
Okay.
Like, when you tell one person something and then you tell somebody the same thing and then the same thing and the same, that's how she sounded to me, like a broken record.
Okay. All right. So now why did multiple people, and I mean, I can confirm this. Why did multiple people get conflicting stories about how Elizabeth found out? Because I even heard from Jonathan that you told Jonathan.
I never said.
That Jonathan. Well, I'm just telling you what he said, and then we could clear it up. And if he's mistaken, fine. But what I heard from Jonathan, what I'm telling you, is Jonathan said that
Angela cracks me up.
You told Jonathan that
You see how
Elizabeth
she says we? She's not part of this.
That is how she found out that you were with
She overheard me telling my daughter.
Okay.
How is that any different?
No, that's fine. I just want to clear it up. That's
I mean, my daughter's standing right here. She can clarify and help you in any way, shape, or form if you have any question.
Okay. All right. We're on to the next one, okay?
Yep.
Now, Teller admits to telling you, this is what he said. Again, this is what he said. Teller said he told you at 6 a.m., yet later that afternoon you told multiple people he was dead and you hadn't heard anything else.
I wasn't awake at 6 a.m. He ended the live. He ended the live. It was still going on after like five something. He did message me. He called me off his thing about 5:30 in the morning and said that he failed Elizabeth and that he was sorry. And then he hung up.
Do you have those messages?
He didn't. Pardon me.
Do you have those messages? And no,
it was on the Jay Teller, the one that's been deactivated. If I could go back, I swear I would.
Let me clarify. Let me clarify. Not 6 a.m. like after that big long live that we were all on. The next day. That's when Teller.
Oh no, I wasn't even awake.
Okay.
I wasn't even awake at that time. I was sleeping. I didn't wake up until 2 something or later.
Okay.
So no, I was not.
So you said that so he sent you voice recordings to your messenger saying that he failed Elizabeth, but you can't.
No, he called me after the live. He called me after the live and said that he failed Elizabeth and that he was sorry he dragged us into the haunt community, and then he hung up.
Oh, I thought you said it was on his profile. Deactivated.
I woke up here. I can't screen that. Oh shit, I'm frozen.
It's okay. You can send me whatever afterwards. Send me whatever you got.
I can't send you anything because you're blocked, Lindsay.
I said I'll unblock you afterwards unless you want to keep me blocked, and then send it to Karen or whoever. It's fine. Whoever
I
you
can't
feel
stand Lindsay.
Okay.
I don't miss that
Well,
shit.
this isn't on my phone, so I don't feel comfortable sending my daughter's thing. I wanted to show it off my screen, but for some reason I'm frozen.
You can still see messages from a deactivated profile.
Okay, well on my end I'm frozen. Can you see that time?
Yes.
Actually, no, I couldn't see the Lindsay Borden messages after that account deactivated.
I put it right up. But she might
Maximize her screen.
It's Sunday at
Come
3:11 p.m. That's the time I woke up.
Okay. All right. Next question.
Because I always contact my daughter when I first wake up.
It's called solo layout.
So these are now. Keep in mind. These
Say
all-
3:11 p.m. is not the time that she
all the questions I got. Okay.
told
I'm
us.
having you ask me, Lindsay, because
Interesting.
I apologized for what I had said to you, and I had squashed things, and I thought we were, okay, and that's fine. I will take the questions from you. As you see, I'm
All
not
right.
being mean or disrespectful.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. You see that I'm not being that way either. I just want to ask
Exactly.
questions and get through them. Okay. Okay. So next question: why are you fundraisers in 2018 if you were working and Elizabeth was in maintenance remission? Do you think it is appropriate to spend those donations at a casino? That's the next
Okay,
question.
I wasn't running fundraisers in 2018. The GoFundMe was still up, but if you look and see exactly when the last date was, there was a donation on it. God, I hate the fact that I'm frozen because I talk with my hands. If you look and see what the actual last date was, it was way before 2018. And the $1,000 that I spent was for Toby Keith tickets that were at Firekeeper Casino. It wasn't like I blew money. I got tickets, $1,000 tickets for Toby Keith, so Toby could sign the General Lee.
Is that a card
Hello?
you have or something?
Oh.
You
It was
have a,
yes,
you have a General Lee?
I do not own a General Lee. No, I do know somebody that does own a General Lee. Yes, it is the original from the TV series. Yes, I do know somebody who owns that.
The Charger?
Yes,
It's Elizabeth's dad.
The 69 Dodge Charger.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Well, I can't say thank you. It's not mine, but I'll tell him and he can say thank you.
Yeah, that's badass.
Who is that dude?
Better a flag on the
Okay.
top of it.
It wouldn't have any
Josh
other
Self.
That's right.
Josh Self. Do you know him?
Well, when they get to the
Alrighty, can we
question,
move
don't
on?
answer them.
Dukes
But
of
I did not have no fundraisers.
Oh, I've heard that name.
And the Cash App wasn't started until the new
I've heard of
diagnosis
him.
occurs in 2020. So I didn't have Cash App back there. I only had
He's been
GoFundMe.
in a couple of the
And the
groups.
reason I asked for Cash App instead of GoFundMe is because GoFundMe is taking a bigger portion out of what you donate. If you don't know that, they
Well, that
take
is
a
true.
huge chunk.
That is true.
So I
Yeah.
don't get the
Okay.
full donation.
Okay. So the next question, this is something where everybody's very curious about. We saw where you
Go
said,
ahead.
and we're trying to ask about this. Wait a minute. Did you get the gift cards from Alyssa and Taryn? If not, what were you told?
I seen the gift cards on the video that I showed to Elizabeth with all the one video that was there. I have not gotten the gift cards. If they sent them, I have not received them yet. I have not received the gift cards. I normally, when she gets something in the mail, unless she is not feeling well, I will go and do a live so that the people will see her opening everything. And if they were to send it and we were to receive it, because I had no issue with Alyssa and Taryn, I still don't have an issue with it. Did she close the fundraiser and refunded the money? I'm okay with that. That's fine.
But isn't it kind of heartless to show that video and then never send it? Look at it like that.
I never
That's
received
cool.
it. I don't know
Yeah,
if it was
that's
sent.
cool
I
on her
can't
end.
answer that. Hold on. I can't answer that.
Wait.
But I not received them.
Ooh.
They're gonna run away.
Okay.
They're gonna fucking
Real
run with
quick.
that so hard.
Too far ahead of ourselves. Josh, I need you to look.
She's getting sucked in.
A couple of screenshots we need you to put up so I can ask her about this because they're in relation to something that I just asked her about. Okay? Hold on just a minute with us, Christy, if you don't mind.
Don't vote by mail. No, I'm joking.
No problem. Vicky, can you please get me another Mountain Dew? I'm gonna need it.
JM, if you're talking to Lindsay still,
Probably.
have her ask Christy why she told you that she did get them.
I just take this over, and if you don't want to let
Yeah, she's probably fixing to show
I
what
will
I
not
told her
answer.
because I told her
Karen, would
that.
you
I
be
told
able to?
Lindsay
I
that.
know. Karen, would you be able to, in that chat, look at the questions that are listed? Would you be able to take over if my phone dies?
I can challenge you. I'm at 3%, but let me go find a charger.
Well, I don't know why.
Why?
I plugged into the wall, and it's not. I don't know. Hopefully I don't. But I'm just telling y'all. I mean, I'm looking.
I'm headed there now when I charge quick too, so absolutely I could help you out.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
been fun.
And then maybe by the time you're running low, I can come back on. So, I don't know.
Get a PC, you won't have that problem. Just saying. I'm just saying. Like,
Well, I
these
can already
things
ask
don't
you about
die.
these while he's getting the screenshots. Let me tell you.
Boom.
I can't see what's happening because I'm
You,
frozen.
you can also get a dongle
I just saw you. You're not
to
frozen.
Yeah,
charge
that works too.
and
I'm here.
Look at me.
headphones
I'm
at the
frozen
same
on my
time.
screen.
I can see you. You're waving your hand.
Okay.
I don't know what a dongle is, but it sounds fun.
So I
I'm
can't see
joking.
what's happening. I can't see the
Dingle?
screenshots you're bringing up.
He hasn't put them up yet. I'm just going to tell you about them while he's finding them.
Oh god.
Now, the reason we asked about that, you just said that you didn't do any fundraising in 2018 except for the GoFundMe, is we found your other page on Facebook, the Elizabeth's Leukemia Journey. We have the first one, sitting waiting for them to call her back for surgery.
Oh shit.
So nervous, we are collecting bottles, taking donations, also selling king-size Kit Kat bars, also selling some very pretty rose decorations. The next screenshot, this is from March 22nd, 2018. This is also Elizabeth's fundraiser. We will be selling 50/50 tickets. Beautiful, forever lasting roses. They are made of metal that will not cut you. They are.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and just end this and say, y'all, if y'all want to go watch, let's, because we're all gonna wind up sitting here all night, and I don't want to keep everybody tied up, and we're already 3 hours in. So, if y'all want to watch, like, head over to the Polygraphers. Let me get a link. I'll throw up a link right quick.
Oh, I'm probably blocked.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch. I'll just go back and catch whatever. But here's the link, and if y'all want to watch, have at it. I'm going to bed. I've already heard everything. Like, whatever.
Good night, JM.
Good night, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
night,
and if
guys.
if
Thank
we need to
you.
do any more lives, y'all know.
Okay, I lost you for a second there. My internet went wonky, but are we leaving?
Yeah,
Are we ending it?
I'm gonna end
I'll
it.
go
If
over and
everybody
watch
wants
over
to
there.
watch.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. What, Dan?
Okay.
I just want to make. I got a quick side note before we dip out of here. Holly, I am very genuine to you and Mr. Foz about my apology tonight. I do hope you take it into consideration. You've respected me like I pretty much anticipated you would, because you're obviously an adult, and I acted immaturely on a bad night. So I do appreciate you at least listening to me. Whether you want to take the apology for what it is or whatever, you do with it what you will. But I do sincerely apologize
accept
to
your
you
apology.
and Mr. Foz.
I
Thank
accept
you.
your apology, but I don't
And
know about Foz. I don't know about Foz. I don't boss him around like Lindsay says I do.
no, it's okay. But no, I just definitely wanted to come on here and enough time has passed, and it's been a weight on my shoulder. So I'm glad that I was able to at least talk to you somewhat face to face. I'm talking to a cartoon face, but you know what I'm saying. So,
That's my real face.
That's
my real face.
You really look like that, huh?
I always have the LOL over my head too. Always.
Yeah.
There you go. Right on.
All right.
That's cool. I wish I had an LOL over my head too.
You two could do it.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
We'll
All
see
right.
y'all
Good
next time.
night.
Good night, guys. Thank